the Nazis in Poland, and my dad was born in a Russian concentration. I'm like, all you got to do is play a little basketball. So PS, here we are. They did win the game. They won the game in triple overtime. And I'll post the New Jersey. They wrote a cool article on NewJersey.com. But anyway, right? If you can't be happy about little things like that, what the hell are you gonna be happy about? I'm not that happy that the futures are down 24 handles, but now they're down 14. Not the end of the world. We've been managing positions. We had 3 down days. If you take a look here at the chart, here's the spies. Spies on Friday put a high in at 5, 10, 13 and pulled back a bunch. So I did sell some premium as a hedge, into this strength, and also trimmed some of my longs into strength. But when you come in with, your 9 positions, you're like, hopefully I could trade around these things. This is the first kind of feels like a little predatory move that we've had in a while where, you had a controlled pull in, you put a little bottom tail in, come off, and you would think we'd be, in stride or a little bit above, but we're not. So we'll see what happens. Is 504 hold or not? Right now, the spies itself is only down $1.45. That's not the end of the world. That to me seems like normal digestion. If we can go green a little bit, or if just some of the stronger names from yesterday can go green, that'd be nice. The Qs also, if you look here, 3 inside days after making a high here, 440 right there. Then yesterday we had a low of 435. Mega cap tech really hasn't been the place to be. We've had, a nice little rotation. As traders, you look for rotation, right? No, it's not my house. It's just a background. I felt like it was, I was too tired to be in the sauna, I did do the sauna though this morning. I did about 300 reps in the sauna, and then I was in my ice barrel this morning, a little bit more relaxed. But anyway, so here's your inside action in the Qs. As long as we hold 435, you can't get too bearish. But the action has been in the bios, the small caps, and crypto names, and we've been in all of them. So hopefully, the Alpha team's been doing great. Those of you in the 630 club, you don't get to see my positions live, but I do think we went over a bunch of things. I posted this picture of the XBI 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I'm like, hey guys, people are like, Red Dog, is this a cup and handle pattern? I'm like, damn straight it is. And then it had a nice little handle pattern right here. I believe is where we bought, a net, what was it, 95 by 100 call spread, pretty big one. And then I'm like, once we get above 93-ish, I'll put it on, and I put on the ETF here, and boom, we now could use a little inside action here. But I haven't been in the XBI in 9 months or so. I don't even know how long it's been since I had a big position there. So it goes to show you that when patterns develop as an active trader, you could go in there tactically. I'm sick of listening to the people on TV and this and that, talk about, well, the market's not great because of this. Oh, the market's not great because of that. Oh, it's 7 names. Oh, it's the AI. It's like, okay, well then, if you're a market participant, you find where the action is, you find where the setups are, you get in there with a tier system, you honor your stops, and you friggin' try and put it together. And sometimes it's better than others. Doesn't always work. And if you're an investor, who cares? Put in your monthly money every single month. Over 30 years, you're going to build wealth, and you might even be able to send your kid to college, because not every kid can get a 3 in the corner. And meanwhile, I have a 529 also. I have no illusions of grandeur that he's going to be friggin' getting scholarships or anything. I'm just hope he walks tall today at school and gives a lot of high fives, and everyone has a good time. But this was a really nice move. A little inside action would be great. The IWM, nice move also. It's building right here. Today, the IWMs are off a little bit. Tomorrow, you have the PCE. You do have a nice upper channel. I would think maybe for next week, like I was thinking this morning, I was talking to my friend Pete, and I'm like, the IWMs are down $1.26. You would think, we did all this work here, and rates went up. IWM likes lower rates, so you would think that it's going to break above this spot, maybe into this weakness, go out and buy like 205 by 210 call spread. Go out 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or maybe 207.5 by 210s if you want to put less equity out there. If you look at the weekly chart of the IWM, you'll see, why did I just do that? It looks really good. Like, look at this weekly chart. The weekly chart for my 2024 report, I'm like, we could see at least 212-ish. So you had this first move, and now all we've done is build a huge upper quadrant, you could call this a bull flag. So why wouldn't it, at some point, I don't know if all of a sudden we're going to pause here, market needs to correct a little bit. It's, everyone's been calling for that, since who knows where, last Shavuos. But I would think that this 205.5 gets taken out, to see 212. So maybe go out a month and put on a big call spread. You can probably make 100, 150% and not have to trade the noise. But that's just my thought process there. And you can have individual names. Recently in the last week, the last few days, I made some decent money in some individual names. Yesterday we were talking about, name that I haven't played in like 2 years, which had a nice move, right? Again, on Saturdays, I list the chart patterns. I'm like, know your candlesticks, know your chart patterns. And P.S., this was an awesome, bull flag, breakout. Look at that. It goes on earnings, flags you can digest, takes it out, goes in motion. You could buy some, sell some, and hold some. Buy some, sell some, hold some. Buy some, sell some, hold some. That's how you manage a trade. And this was a good one. So the action lately has not been in Google or hasn't been really great, in some of the mega caps, even Microsoft. So, the money moved to some of the small caps, even like something like SoFi, pretty good too. I started buying the options in here, right? That was a nice play. And then all of a sudden could it go higher? Maybe. It's got to digest and go green today, but all in all, nice trade in SoFi. We had a really nice trade in Palantir. Palantir also, if you look here now, this looks like a nice upper pennant, right? Upper huge chart pattern flag. Thank you, Tony. And now we'll see, does it hold in here? And then at some point, make a higher high. The way we really make money is when we buy in the pattern, and then the pattern goes and you can add and sell it. In the ranges are a little bit trickier. But anyway, nice spot. So a lot of these things. And, last week we made, we positioned in some of the miners for Bitcoin. Holy cow, what a move. And then 2 days ago, I bought calls on BITO, and I wasn't expecting all of a sudden Bitcoin to take out 52,000 like that, but it did. And now it's at 60, and what a move. You look at the trading in Bitcoin, Bitcoin uses technicals on steroids. So when it's going, you got to look there. And I'm really happy that my community did really well here. Hopefully you did too. Everyone's been asking me, because I've been trading crypto for a while with everything else, what do I think long-term, short-term, mid-term, every term? And I was like, guys, you could put money in Bitcoin every single month like the S&P, especially if you do that with gold. And this will be probably, performance on steroids. And PS, what a nice move. And even here, they sold the ETF news. Everyone's like, Red Dog, it's over. They sold the ETF news. I'm like, well, you had a Red Dog reversal sell. This was, maybe you got out of the way when it lost the moving averages, but then here was a Red Dog reversal buy. And then right here, it reclaimed all the moving averages, and you could have bought it back at 44,000. And now look at that. And then this is when we're buying options, because it was holding and creating another bull flag channel. So chart patterns work. That's why there's a lot of great people out there on Twitter that talk about it. We don't have opinions. We're not trying to be flashy. We use moving averages. We use, I'm not that smart. I use chart patterns, triangles, squares, pennants, but I do a lot of work. I went to sleep last night almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It was up at 4:45. Here we are. You go out with the boys, you wake up like a man. And I didn't even go out with the boys. I was friggin' in the gym. It wasn't like out drinking. I was out friggin' watching Milburn make a little history. Congratulations again. So anyway, at this point, I would be trimming into this. And if you look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin, what a move, right? I said if we can get above 52,000, we can see 55 to 63. Well, we're basically there. A pause would not hurt, though. That'd be nice. And then 69 is right there. And I guess my thesis was 100,000 by 2025. If it happens sooner, who cares? At least you're in the right direction. CMG. I haven't really looked at CMG in a while. Somebody wants me to look at CMG. I know, Chipotle is yeah, looks pretty good. Chipotle, I'll tell you, they do it right. You go into Chipotle, they're grilling the chicken. It smells great. They've been around. They have a system there. The boys, all go there after practice. I like the food there too. And the chart pattern has been great. So this is building a nice little area here, for more. So let's go back real quickly back to AI, because everyone's asking me, do I think AI semis are over? I do not. The NVIDIA has been, kind of digesting here. It's allowed. We had a really good trade, if you remember, post earnings. I'm like, can you get above 746? And it did. Held the gap, went to 823, and now it's digesting, letting the 8-day catch up. That's not bad action. That needs to happen. Otherwise, a pain trade develops. We'll see how much longer it hangs in there. AMD looked a little bit better yesterday. I am long AMD and some AMD calls, so it would be nice if AMD can go from red to green. You have this channel going sideways for the past what, almost 6 weeks ish, and then now we held the upper end. There was buyers yesterday, so if AMD opens down 2 and goes down 4, that would not be fun. That's like getting an 11 versus 6 in blackjack. You're like, okay, I'm going to double it down. It looks like a great hand, and then you get a 4. You're like, he better bust, and he turns over a 4 and gets a 10 and takes your money. That's kind of like if this doesn't hold in here today, because that's a good setup. SMCI, takes up so much time, but maybe it tries to hold this 824. It's still hanging in here, but I'm not trading that. I'm more or less trading NVIDIA and AMD. Even ARM's a little tough. Like ARM looked really good, but from here to here, it's not the end of the world, but got downgraded yesterday. Some guys got caught a little bit because, it looked like it was stronger than the others. So there is some back and forth, you want to call it. But at this point, I don't think the AI semi trade is over. They just need to rest. And what's great when that rests, we have great action in the bios, the small caps, and the crypto miners. That's what you want. You want to follow the money. Amazon's been a pain in the ass, excuse my French. But I'm looking at Amazon. Just from the low end of the range to 176, and with mega cap being kind of sold a little bit, it's not going at the speed that I want it to go. What's Amazon doing this morning? It's not $1. It's not the end of the world either. Nothing's the end of the world, by the way. You can always just make the right decisions at the right time. So Amazon's at $1.13. The low here yesterday was 172. So it would be nice if it could
Whoa. Check 1 2. All right, what's up, traders? Good morning. Yo, excuse my voice, man. I'm fighting a raspy voice right now. Just got over a cold. Happy hump day, guys. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. All right, guys, good morning. Welcome to the show. I'm Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. It is Wednesday, 6 a.m., 6:01 on the West Coast. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a great week. GDP came in, I think 3.2% lower. So we had some data drop today. We got PCE coming up tomorrow as well. Market feels interesting. A lot of low volume happening this week, specifically yesterday. I still got this cold. But other than that, we're going to go over the news, get our pre-market set up, and get you guys ready to go. Show you what I'm looking at, and share some information with you guys as well. So thanks for stopping by, and let's get into the news here. All right. Let me check my levels here. Make sure the music's not too loud. It usually is. So just bear with me here. Yeah, I don't like the music too loud, because then it kind of washes me out. But anywho, yeah, let's go over the news. See what's going on here with the news this morning, and then we'll get our pre-market levels set up, and we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah. Check 1 2. Just making sure the levels are coming through clearly. You guys can hear me okay. Drop that thumbs up on the chat. I appreciate that. I say thumbs up, but is it really? All right. I think that's a good mixer. All right, trader, let's go over the news brought to you by Verified Investing on Twitter. You get to hear a little bit about what the news are for today. We're getting a little bit of pop in the market, it looks like. All right, guys, Bitcoin's blast through 60,000 on momentum. Resistance levels per technical analysis are at 60K minor, 65,000 minor, and 69,000 major. Jesus, guys, we're at almost at 69,000 once again on Instagram. What the on Bitcoin, and it felt like it's been a long time since we were here. So hopefully we make better decisions this time at these levels. All right, second look at the GDP came in 3.2% versus 3.3% expected. GDP price index higher than expected at 1.70% versus 1.5% expected. S&P futures S&P futures itching lower on extreme light volume. Possible profit taking ahead of Thursday's PCE data. So you guys know we got PCE data tomorrow that will move the market. Dating app Bumble to lay off about 37% of the workforce as it looks to drive growth. So that's just been like the topic, right? This entire it's been the topic here the last couple of months. It's layoffs, a lot of layoffs happening. All right, U.S. Army laying off 24,000 people. That's interesting. Beyond suggests surges nearly 100% as it intends to cut costs and boost margins. So I think Beyond had a real bad earnings. I don't even think it made any money. I think it made less money than the quarter before. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what I overheard. And it went up 100%. So, and we're also talking about how Apple yesterday was right at that last level before it breaks this long-term upward support that it had been building, and it was literally at that 180 level. And then news comes out that they're discontinuing their Apple Car production, and they're going to be shifting over to AI. And I think the usage of the word AI in in their news release or whatever it is that they did, it like really popped the stocks. The stock went from like 179 or something like that to like 183 or something crazy like that, just in a matter of like half an hour. So our puts got torched, man. So, but we took puts again at the high. So we'll see how it turns out the rest of the week. Gold miner NEM at major technical support with gold just below major breakout. Bullish on oil pattern formation likely to trigger a breakout. Daily close above 79 could trigger a move to 85. Not good for CPI and PPI inflation data. So keep that in mind, guys. Definitely oil is spiking. I took an oil position yesterday. I'm already up on that. But yeah, sums up with oil. And, they're talking about peace in the Middle East. That rhymes. Peace in the Middle East. And so they're expecting oil to drop off that information, but it hasn't. Another thing they're saying about oil is that China's ramping up. China's opening up, and their demand for fuel is going up. So interesting on that. And then natural gas inches above its breakout level of 1.86 or $1.86, needs a daily close to increase probabilities of a move to $2.05. All right, those are your new, what do we call this segment? We call it the Market Blast, keys to the trading day. This is brought to you by Verified Investing. This is Gareth Soloway's company on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. It's now X. I usually get my morning updates from that website. And when I'm not streaming on Wednesdays, I check out Gareth Soloway. He's on 30 minutes before the market opens. Kind of does a real good breakdown of the market, goes over these key notes here that I just went over, but he actually goes over charts as well. So it's a good place to tap in. I always encourage viewers, followers, whatever, to just look around, and find the people. Find the people that you value and that you like the way they trade. You like the way they are. That's important also. And learn from them. It's free, so you don't get any better than free. All right, traders. So let's check out our map here and see what's going on. That's weird that this thing doesn't look like it's come on yet. All right, traders. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, we should be good. I don't know what's up with this. Probably like a little bit of delayed, I think. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. All right, traders. So let's check it out here. We're gonna do our pre-market setup. SPY has been selling off. It's in a little bit of a downward trend, right, overall. So we're gonna take a look at this first. See what the dealio. Set up our levels here. So we are in an hourly chart here. Let's switch over to our 30 minutes really quick. So we're in our 30 minutes now. So yeah, man. So this is Wednesday here, Tuesday and Monday. So, you know, just a downward trend pretty much, right? I mean, that's what it looks like to me. Maybe a break there. Nah, man, look at that. So we are definitely trending lower from what I can tell here. All right, so let's do our pre-market levels here. So we are going to grab our pre-market high here. We're going to activate this, and we will put it here. That seems to be our pre-market high at the moment. And we're going to grab our pre-market low trend line. And we're going to drop that baby right there. That is our level. That is going to be our level for our pre-market low. Pre-market high. And let's grab our previous day high level. So our previous day high was right about here. That's what it looks like. And then we have our lower level. Activate this sucker right here. And this is our lower. Oh yeah, this is our lower level. So we are lower. No, that's not right. I was about to say we're lower than yesterday's low, but that's not the case. That's not true. All right, so that's your pre-market setup there for on the restore sales. Oh, okay. That is your pre-market level there for SPY, 30 minutes. We'll put 15 minutes on the chart here. And then we'll trade off of these levels for SPY if we want to day trade. We are sitting in Apple puts, but it looks like that may get invalidated as a result of the move yesterday. We were in Boeing puts, but we were way too far out of the money. Look at SPY dumping here. Interesting. So SPY's dumping pre-market. We've got about 20 more minutes into the market opens. Apple appears to be gaining like a little bit of a bull flag there, right? That's kind of what that looks like to me. So we'll see how that plays out. Tesla was awesome yesterday. We actually we had averaged down significantly on the sell-off on Tesla, so we're able to pick up some nice amount of shares. Yeah, oil's at 74.49, and then Bitcoin, guys, man. Bitcoin. If you guys are holding Bitcoin, congrats, man. Been a great run. S&P it's at that 50.78 level. I think 50.65 is a good level to hold on SPX. So trade carefully, traders. It does feel like there's a little bit of there's bad economic data and the market is holding. So I mean, I don't know if that means that the market is being resilient, or is just setting us up for a major rug pull. And you know, I talk a lot about I try to talk about a little bit about how we as traders we say to ourselves the thing that I just said right now, like, oh, this thing is it should do this, it should do that. And I think it leaves these like little markers in your head, and it gets you thinking a certain way. I think approaching the market with as little bias as possible is a good thing. Yeah, so oil peak popped up there. Then BABA, we took a position in BABA yesterday, but that was a mistake, man. I think we took that right at a resistant level, and now it's below the 5-day EMA. So no bueno. And then SPY, yeah, man. I don't know. This cannot be good news for SPY. But anyway, traders, we're about 17 minutes away from the market open. Let's make sure we approach today with a clear head and no biases going into the market as we get ready for the market to open up. What are you guys going to be playing today? I don't know. Are you going to be playing SPY? I hear Bitcoin's doing well. All right, so we've been watching Apple here. This is an hourly chart on Apple, and obviously, I'm short. I was short all week for the most part, but we really thought Apple was going to go in our favor. I think we may be up a little bit on Apple, but yeah, it's a trip how been watching it, how it reacts to this. Once it broke that 200-day support here, back in back in December. Once it broke this level of support, like that 200-day, once it breached that 200-day right there, I should probably put an over there. Man, I got all this phlegm. It makes me cough. All right, so once it broke this 200-day support here with Apple on volume, no less, kind of got to that 179 level. I mean, we're pretty close to that. We got real close to it yesterday, but the news came out. So one thing that I'm learning here on the charts, right, it's like look left, always look left, like what's going on in the chart to the left of it. So Apple broke that 200-day, right? Spiked back up. I don't know what happened here. This is weird. Like it was major wicks. Oh, it's earnings. So it broke, and then 200-day rejected. So this has I think we may run out of time, but look at the volume on it yesterday. So yesterday it got 13 million. It had been doing in the morning 4 million, 2.3 million, 2.5 million, 3.7 million, and then it's like boom, right? Double the volume, right? And it shot this baby up. But it did sell off in the morning, and I think that the market will there I am doing it again, right? Speaking about biases, but I am bearish on the market, but I am bullish on small caps. So I don't know if that helps you guys or not. But anyway, guys, welcome to the show. We got about 14 minutes into the market opens. Let's do what we need to do to be profitable today, huh? Let's make some money today, huh? Yo, let me check that level. All right, I think that's better. Yeah, so the ES came in under that resistance, man. I think short's the game, dude. Has to be, man. AMD. Yo, you guys make sure you check out my the video that I made here on the Tradecaster library regarding expected ranges for the week and how we get to those ranges. It's been pretty interesting watching like AMD, right? Ever since we set the expected ranges, it has not moved. It's been pinned in the middle. Same thing with ARC. It visited the bottom of the range, and now it's heading up towards the top of the range. And then like Peloton, same thing. It's just I think it went to the bottom of the range. There it is. Yo. All right, there we go. So exciting times here, about 12 minutes away from the market open. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard the news yesterday, but Apple's like, we're not doing any more cars. We're gonna put that in the back burner. You got this little bit of a support here, right? There it is. All right, traders, 6:20 on the West Coast. About 10 minutes till the market opens. Let's make sure we have our charts ready. We got our levels ready. We got our attitude ready. It goes a long way. It's all about attitude. That's what Shimano Man says. Yeah, man, futures look down to me, on the futures here. So on the S&P futures, the mini looks bullish. I mean bearish, and then oh man, excuse me. VIX looks pretty interesting at this level. Let's see how it reacts at these levels. All right, traders, let's get ready for the market to open here in about 9 minutes or so. Let's make sure we are approaching the market with a clear head, no biases. There's a little bit of a bias, but just trade carefully out there, guys. And watch your levels, trade smart, and watch the greed, man. Watch the greed, stay patient. These are the things that have helped me and have hurt me, right? It's like the compounding effect of building wealth is an important thing. And I think a lot of us just want to make 10 grand this morning and then go fishing. I don't know if that's going to happen. But consistency is key. Watching the chart, you got to put in the work. So we're here at our trade desk every morning, whether we're trading or not, and we're watching charts and, taking notes and being smart about the way we approach the market. I think one of the best quotes I heard was that it's a rigged game, so know how to play the game, right? I mean, we noticed yesterday with Apple, how Apple was at the last line of support, right? The last line of defense for Apple at 180, 179, I think, was we have this long-term upward support on Apple. And what happens yesterday, like it hits that level, and then Apple comes out with like, oh yeah, we're not doing the Apple Car anymore, we're gonna do AI now. And boom, right, we got like we go from, we're looking at here at this chart right here, right, and we're looking at the candles, right, and like 2 million, right, and then those news come out, like it hits that level. I mean, look at it, I'm not lying, it's right at that level, right? It hits that level, and then it doubles in volume. It goes to almost 14 million shares traded, and it just pops up. But something that I've been watching on Apple here, it's the resistance at the 200-day EMA on the hourly chart. So I was speaking earlier about ever since it broke it back here around December, once we broke through that on volume, we've obviously going into earnings, didn't have the best earnings, and it's just been rejected. Recently, yesterday it got rejected here again. So I think puts are in play just in general for Apple. But we do have GDP. GDP came in 3.2%, I think, lower. I think the expectation was 2.2. So we did have some data this morning. So, but yeah, so looking at a stock like Apple, a darling, we're just kind of, almost double top up here. Yeah, there's definitely some bearish bias on Apple from my perspective, and I am well. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm sitting on puts, 180 puts for Friday, so we'll see how those play out. We were in the money yesterday, but yeah, of course, you know how it is. It's the rug got pulled, so we'll see if it can regain momentum to the downside here. Again, the data that came out today, hopefully that helps us to the downside. Sorry guys, just checking my levels here. Sometimes the music is like loud on my headphones, and I don't want it washing out my commentary. All right, traders, we got about 6 more minutes until the market opens. Hope you guys are feeling good and approaching the market again. I guess with a clear head, right? Like that's just the truth, man. Sometimes I come to the desk and I had a fight with my wife, or I'm like, I really need some money or something like that, and it's the wrong attitude to bring to the market. So, yeah. Anyway, right before we start, we got about 6 more minutes. Just want to remind you guys that we do have a giveaway that we are promoting, and honestly, it hasn't been a successful promotion, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. So we are giving away this book, The Best Loser Wins by Tom Hoggart. There is a post on my Instagram handle at Shimano Trader. There are some rules on this post. Follow those rules. We'll be entering you into a drawing, and we're going to be doing a live drawing on March 15th. And we're going to be raffling off this book. So not a lot of engagement. So if you're listening to this and you're watching this and you want a good shot at winning this book, I will mail it to your house in the U.S. only, unfortunately. I will mail it to your house. And all you got to do is follow the rules. And like I said, nobody's taking me up on it. So if you're the first one, then that just means that you have like the highest probability of winning the book. So very easy to win. Make sure you guys check that out. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe to the show. 5 minutes to market open. I'm Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. We are a live trading show. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I am on the West Coast. And, just enjoy trading. And I enjoy streaming now, thanks to Sean, who's given us this platform to stream on. I am a little bit under the weather, but I'm over it. I'm just kind of dealing with the aftermath, all the phlegm and all the fun stuff that comes with being sick. All right, SPY is dumping here. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say dumping, but we had bad news this morning. This is a pattern here. So I keep I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to just put it on the screen there. But I keep a cheat sheet on hand, kind of like a patterns, to help me identify patterns or help me understand what this pattern may be. So we're watching the SPY here. So the SPY here, according to my sheet, it looks like a bearish pennant. So this looks like a bearish pennant right now. So we're dropping off. We've had this bounce, and we're forming a little bit of a wedge here. So this could be a bearish pattern for SPY. So I'm going to be looking at puts at open, and we're going to be targeting the bottom of this range here. If you join me for our pre-market setups, we always do our pre-market setups, our pre-market high, pre-market lows. These are our previous day highs and our previous day lows. So this is the range in which we trade in, and we look for breakouts. But obviously, you're seeing a lot of bearishness on SPY this morning. We're gonna see if it respects this upward trend here, and if it breaks, we probably see more momentum to the downside. We scalp the SPY 0 DTE. That's not financial advice. You will lose money. Options is a high risk trading strategy. And if you're new to trading, make sure that you understand options and how that works. When I first started trading, I was mostly doing stocks, and that's normally how I learned. But then I switched over to options, and options has been a great learning experience, but it's also been a challenge, right? Because you tend to lose money in options because they're the time decay that happens, and unfortunately, that hurts a lot of us traders is the time decay in these options. So I would advise you guys to check out my I have a video. I have 2 videos here on the Trader Library. It's about expectation range, so you'll see that in some of my charts here. You see these green bars here. Let me blow this up real quick and go fast because the market's gonna open up here. So these expected ranges and how I get to those ranges. You'll see there's a top of a range and the bottom of a range. Tesla's already hit the top of the range. Maybe it will continue. Maybe it'll start looking for the bottom of the range. But if you're curious to know how I get those, check out my my library, and there's a video on there. I just done 2 videos on it. All right, here we go, guys. We've got we got about a minute to the market opens. Let's get ready to trade. Good luck today. I did not mean to laugh at that. I was just gonna say, get ready for the market to open up here as in a couple seconds. SPY looks a little bearish. Don't want to put that bias in your head, but watch this upward trend here. Watch your levels. We are sitting on puts on Apple, which I don't know. We're going to have to close out today, depending on how the market reacts. But other than that, good luck, traders. And at about 25 seconds until the market opens, there might be a small delay on your end. But we are ready to trade. And let's be patient. Let's be smart. And let's get ready for fun times in the market. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, happy Hump Day.
Hump Day!
All right, we are live. All right, so we're gonna I'm gonna look at puts here, just really quick at market open for SPY. Let me see what we're looking at here. So these are 0 DTE options, so you have to be careful how you trade those, because you don't have a lot of time. And whenever I do 0 DTE, I try to just I don't want to be in my trade longer than maybe a couple minutes. But sometimes you end up getting stuck in a trade. All right, so 505.57. So I'm gonna look for 505 puts. So 505 puts are $88. I'm gonna take that. You know what? 505 or 66. So that's what I'm looking at. 505 puts. Now I'm gonna wait a little bit here. Oh no, I'm gonna take them now. Let me see if I get filled. Oh, I didn't get filled. It was a little bit higher up, and I didn't get filled on that. So here's my order. If you guys can see that, I'm trying to get filled, but I'm gonna cancel it. I'm gonna try again. So the 505 now jumped from 68 to 74. We're gonna see if we can get one before this line breaks. All right, so we got filled. All right, so we're filled on SPY 505 puts already. 1 minute into the market. Yeah, that's how we do it. All right, so we're gonna see if we can break this support here and make some quick money at the gate. So 505 is our target. I usually put it on my chart, but sometimes I get distracted. So, all right, that's our target, guys. We're trying to get to see if we can break this line, the support here. If we don't break the support here, we're just gonna have to get out. That book that I'm giving away it talks a lot about this stuff that I'm telling you guys right now, right? It's like be a good loser. You know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Get out. Don't try to will it into going in your favor. So I like taking puts right now just because the market just opened, and it's gonna give the market enough time to kind of do its thing, right? And since we kind of opened around this level, it's a good level to short, in my opinion. The market might return back to the open level. So that's kind of the strategy that I'm using here. I'm also encouraged. All right, so we're up $9.50 on that trade real quick. So cost of $74. We're up $6.50 on those right now. Which if we can break down, right? So we have a lot of downward momentum, right? So this is a 15-minute chart, so sometimes it's a little bit hard to read, but so look at that, right? So we've been on this downward move here since last week, right? So this was Friday, I think, and this has been Monday, Tuesday, and this is now Wednesday. So so let's watch that. So I'm gonna leave it on 30 minutes right now, just because I'm gonna sit here and be a little bit of patience. See if we can break this. If we can break this when we're looking for support at 504. So there's your break, 1050. We're up 1050 on that trade right now. This is $74 trade. Remember, we're also sitting on Apple puts here. Oh, by the way, I hope I'm sharing. Am I sharing you guys the right screen? I just want to be sure. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What sucks about OBS sometimes is that you know, when you're sharing your screen, you can't just share the screen. You can't just share like you would when you have 2 monitors. Like you grab your screen and just drop it in the window that you want to share. It's more like you have to be You have to select it inside the software, which is kind of strange. All right, guys, there's our break. There's our break on SPY. That's exactly what we wanted to see here. I'm going to switch it back to 15 minutes just so we can scalp this out. All right, so there's your break. That's what we wanted to see. We want, right, so we're up 12.50 on that trade now. Apple's also dropping, so we're getting some money. We're in the money on Apple as well. Up 15.50 now on this SPY break here. This is our target, right? So we want to get below that 505, but like traders, right? We always bounce at that level. Just the irony. And then the fact that we are below the 5-day EMA line, this is one of my favorite indicators for me, is the 5-day EMA line. So as long as this is this green line here, as long as we're below this green line, to me, I'm bearish. In the full body close above that line usually switches my bias. So we're seeing a little bit of a battle going on here with about, excuse me, we've got about 10 more minutes to go or so on this candle. We're going to see what direction it picks. Oh, look at it bouncing now. So you see how quick things change on you, right? So if you're watching this trade with me, right, we went from being up 15, 16 bucks on it to now being down $2.50 on it. So this is the make or break here for at least this next 10 minutes or so on SPY. We'll see if it's going to continue this upward support or it's going to break. So it tested, right? It broke it and it regained support there. So we're just going to keep an eye on it for right now. That play is down $11.50 now. So we're down $11 now. Remember, we were up, but now we're down on it. Well, let's see what happens. All right, traders, where you guys from? If you're in the chat room, let us know where you are joining us from. Where in the country? Are you here in Cali? Are you my neighbor? I don't know. Also, don't forget to participate in our poll. We are giving a giveaway. You have questions about that, ask. All right, SPY down 750 on the SPY right now. This is the opening volume, so we're going to get a lot of up and down on it and see if we can pick a direction. I think as long as we don't spike up above pre-market highs, we should, we'll keep our bearish bias for right now. And then Tesla's breaking out top of the range here. Don't forget, we got PCE reporting tomorrow. We got data dropping tomorrow. There might be some Fed speakers today too. All right, watching Apple here too. Apple's on the hourly chart. Yeah, that's 1 hour. Watch the SPY here. Nice bounce off this level, right at our level, right? Like literally right at our target level. So now I've been in this trade for probably about 3 minutes now. Oil's pumping high too, man. If you guys are, I took a position in oil yesterday, just watching the chart pattern on oil. So gas prices are going up if you're in California for sure. But oil's definitely pumping right now. You know, watching Apple here gyrate at the open. Same thing with SPY. We had Boeing puts earlier this week, but we had to close those out. We were too far out of the money and just not enough time to get down there to at least what I don't expect to be a significant move to the downside on Boeing. I think that 200 level on Boeing is a solid one for accumulation. I think outside of another airline crash, Boeing is probably going to just trade sideways at this $200 level and consolidate. All right, traders, where you guys are at? You guys are trading anything? You see anything on these charts interesting? Otherwise, no big deal. We're just going to listen to some jams here and check out the charts, see if these plays play out. or if we're going to have to get ourselves out of trouble here with SPY. So there's Boeing's going down a little bit. That's interesting. But it's been holding this level here. You know, just been holding this level here. Maybe it's due, huh? Let's look at Boeing puts real quick. 200. I would do Boeing at 200. All right, so Boeing 200 calls for Friday are 200 puts. I mean, are $189. That's wild. You had to pay $189 to get into that play. It'd be 39 cents away from getting to that 200 level. Almost doable, huh? But look, I mean, you think it's doable, but look at this. Look at this, just been on that level the entire time. If it can break that, we might get aggressive there to the downside, but we'll see. And then Tesla up top of the range. If you guys check out my Tradecaster videos on how we arrive at these range. So Tesla's now at that top of the range here. There's a bottom of the range, which was this one here. But it's last week, it just hugged the bottom of the range and it stayed there. The expected range for last week, and it sat there. But now this one, it's at the top of the range. And most likely see if it finishes the week there or what. Yeah, but very happily with Tesla, especially yesterday. We made some good lunch money yesterday on Tesla. Yeah, so look at your Boeing, dude. Now it's 177. It was 189. That's 177 because they moved 3 cents to the upside. Wild stuff. That's what I mean about options. But you get so much leverage in options. There's so many much more ways to make money on options. Your leverage, but it's the same way to the downside. So I think people forget that. People will be like, "Oh yeah, you can make so much money," but then they forget you could also lose a lot of money. So it's not as easy as sometimes these guys make it sound to be. All right, we got about 5 more minutes for the next 15-minute candle to close. Look at Boeing here. We didn't take those. We didn't take those puts, and you know would be down on that. But if we look at Boeing calls, your calls for 200 are $263. Oh no, we're already at 200 though. The 205 level 67. It's a huge range, man, on Boeing. Huge range on Boeing. All right, and then looking at Apple here, you know, so Apple again, right? If you've been with me this morning, we've been analyzing the rejection at the 200-day SMA on Apple, and it's continuing to get rejected, especially after that move yesterday, which was so, I mean, it's just so weird, right? Like that Apple hits the level that it's hanging on to by a thread, and then gets 14 million shares traded in an hour. Okay, so continuing to watch Apple there. Our SPY position is going against us now, and that is down $14.50. We're going to see if it hits the pre-market high here, and if it reacts at this level, this should probably be our stop for this trade. Yo, look at that breakout on Tesla. Looks really solid here. See if we can revisit this 205. All right, SPY sitting at a critical level. Not SPY, but the S&P, the SPX, it's at 50.65. That was a critical level yesterday, watching the chart there. So it needs to hold that level for the market to hold. You know, I really enjoy that. I really like looking at the SPX. It's a real good indicator of, you know, obviously the SPY trades like the SPX. But, all right, so we're starting to see Apple starting to roll over here on this dump. Pretty major dump pre-market. It's continuing to dump. I took puts up here. Rather than adding to my puts here, I had closed it out on this pop and reopened the position at the top here. So we're pretty... That one was a great trade from the perspective that we saved all that premium, right? We saved all that premium because on that pop, and now we're starting to get it back on the sell-off that's happening. All right. Also, if you're curious, I posted on my chat. I was listening to Gareth Soloway because I was watching it yesterday because I think I was watching Monday's Gareth Soloway's what he calls the game plan in the morning, and I shared that on my chat. So that link that's there, that YouTube link to that, it's for Gareth Soloway. And what I found it very interesting is that he's talking a lot about how he's bearish on the market, and he's kind of revealing to us the things that are happening, things that us as traders don't usually look at, like the money supply, the quantitative easing, and how that works in regards to the Fed's pumping money into the system, right? So the reason, at least it made me understand that the reason that we pumped so much after COVID was because we put so much money into the system. There's money be given away. Government was printing money. All this money flooded into our system, and it made the stock market go up, right? And now the government is reversing that. It's called a reverse depot. They're starting to pull money out of the system, and it was funny because he shared on that video. I would really encourage you guys to look at it. He shared on that video how when they started putting money into the system is when the market bottomed, right? And then we had this huge run up. And now we are on the opposite side of it, where they're stopping that program. And now we're going to discontinue that program. So now they're going to stop putting money into the system. I think it ends March 1st, like this Friday. So what that usually means, or what that indicates to us, or what we were able to, I guess, the opinion we're able to form off of that data is that we're probably at the top, right? Because when we're at the bottom, they had that program, started that program, and now that we're at the top, they're discontinuing that program. So there's obviously stuff that us as traders, sometimes we don't know, and that's why I always encourage traders that I'm cool that you're hanging with me, but definitely check out other traders, check out other influencers, and obviously be careful, pick the right ones, and then keep getting information and just keep learning. I just think the stay curious hashtag is one of my favorites, because I think if you stay curious, you're gonna find things, and you're gonna open up doors that you usually wouldn't have opened, and because of your curiosity, it might reveal an opportunity that maybe it's gonna change your life. I don't know. Anyway, hope that works out for you guys. Yeah, I gotta keep muting my mic, man. I got all this phlegm. Forgive me. All right, watching the SPY here. Now we have a body, a candle above the 5-day EMA line, which is bullish to me, right? So this candle just opened. It has 1 minute opened. We have a little bit of a range here, right? So this is kind of this first candle here. What I like to do sometimes is use it as a range, because it really sets the tone for the day's trading, right? At least in my mind, when I have a candle move like this that is up and down, so I'll tend to do something what I'm about to show you guys here, right? Well, this one is going to use the same line that it was using as our target price, but I'm going to use this first 15-minute candle as kind of like my range for the next 30-45 minutes or so. So we're going to see how that reacts. And I'm still working on my music, so I'm learning the stream strife of background music, and getting flagged and getting flagged for playing copywritten music. So as streamers, we have to find non-copyright music to play. And I'm the kind of guy that I really like music in the background. I like some kind of noise in the background, and so that's how I like to trade. There's Tesla, a reversal on Tesla there. So yeah, you see how the market plays games with you. All right, let me just look around my other charts really quick. Oil continues to pump higher, new high 74.74. Lyft, something's up with Lyft. It just reversed. Baba gapped down this morning. Something happened overseas. AMD is is down $3, so it's down about 1.5%, 1.6%. ARK is down as well. Piton is down as well. These are all stocks that I'm just monitoring right now. So yeah, overall bias is down. Let me see where the market looks like. So Dow Jones is down, New York Stock Exchange is down, the Russell is down, the Nasdaq's. Yeah, so the market's down across the board. So if you don't know, we got GDP reports this morning. GDP came in lower, I think, than expected. They expected a higher GDP. Let me get you the right date on that, so I don't sound like an idiot. Let me see what. Oh no, this ain't it. Sometimes, you know, these scammers, man. These scammers, they change the name on things. Oh man, freaking scammers. Okay, so what was it? GDP. So second look at real GDP came in at 3.2% versus 3.3 expected. GDP price index higher than expected at 1.7% versus 1.50% expected. So GDP came in lower. I think that's not a good thing. All right, so we're watching Apple here get some aggressive candle, watching SPY also get an aggressive candle. Remember, we're sitting on puts. We can break this level of support here. We should be seeing some momentum to the downside, especially if we can break through this 5 EMA line. That is kind of our line in the sand a little bit. So we want to make sure we get that. We get this break here. That should help us significantly. And watching Apple sell off here as well. All right, traders, we're watching Apple approach that last line of defense. The last line of defense, or the last line at the fence. So this will be interesting here. We're watching Apple approach that level. The 180 level, it is the line in the sand for it. This white, let me see if I can, oh shoot, that's not what I meant to do. So you're going to see here, this line, this upward line here, that is that long-term support that everybody's been watching, not just me. We're all been watching it. So there's your long-term support, right? There it is. Boom, right? So we're watching Apple approach that level and see what it's going to do at that level, right? What's it going to do? If it does indeed reach this level, what's it going to do? We are going to find out. We're going to find out. All right, watch your SPY here retest the support level. Or I think we should be in the money right now on SPY. Yeah, we're up 50 cents. Woohoo! I can't even go woohoo because of my voice. All right, now we're down 50 cents. All right, continue to watch Apple and SPY. These are currently our put plays. They are working out so far. So let's stay positive here. Great, incredible reversal on Apple there. Tesla, also Tesla's giving it up a bit. All this Apple and Tesla, obviously part of the Magnificent Seven. And they are putting pressure on the SPY as it's starting to break down here a little bit. Okay, there you go. Starting to test this resistance line here. It's a support line, I'm sorry. Tesla's starting to give it up. Oil's pumping higher. All right, here we go. Moment of truth, guys. Yeah, Tesla too's got some candle there. Tesla, 11 million shares traded so far. SPY at open was at 2 million. Low volume. All right, here's the break. There's the break, guys. If we want to see, come on. Let's go. Do it. Do it. Do it. There it is. There's that break we want to see. We're going to catch some momentum to the downside. Our SPYs are up 950 now. Watching Apple do the same. Watching Tesla do the same. Looks like we're gonna get some momentum to the downside. Market might be selling off, guys. All right, retesting this level, right? So we see that candle that we first set, that first range that we set. We're watching the candle react within inside that range. See what happens now. I have to close my Baba out. All right, guys. I have a day trade in Alibaba. We were expecting a move last night over. I think something happened in the China market last night, and we were anticipating that Baba would get a little bit of a pop, but it did not. So we've lost $75 on that, and we've got closed out half of our position on Baba, and see if we can get back on the bottom or average down on that. All right, so we got a little bit of another bounce here on SPY. Interesting. Apple starting to get a little bit more momentum to the downside. We're watching that. A 180 break is the level to watch. Yeah, Baba's giving it up. Lyft's giving it up too. I wonder what's going on with that. Russell's holding. Got a little bounce on Russell. All right, so we're still up $1.50 on SPY, our SPY puts. Our Apple, we are where are we at with Apple? So we're up like $7 on Apple right now, and that has a lot to do with the time decay, right? That we're almost towards the end of the week, and so we need to get close to 180 before Friday as much as possible, or below it, to really make some money on that Apple put. But you're watching the mind game here with SPY, right? Like if we're not practicing patient as traders, we're not letting our plays play out, then we're just getting whiplash back and forth on trades. So that's why I try to preach A+ setups only, man. And I'm really trying to, especially now that I've been kind of recording my streams and going back and watching myself and seeing how and what I'm doing, I can see some of the mistakes that I may be making. And it's probably because I'm streaming, it's probably because I'm streaming. Usually, if I'm just trading by myself, I'm a lot more patient, and I just tend to have a little bit more of a long game. But when I'm streaming, it's like I want to, I want to produce drama, I want to produce excitement and all that for my viewers. But I think I might be doing them a disservice, right? We want to be smart traders. There's no point in me teaching you how to lose money. You can do that on your own. But I'm hoping that you guys can see some of the things that we do right and we do wrong, right? More importantly, because we tend to learn more from watching people do something wrong than watching them do something right. So, hope that helps. All right, so we're watching Apple here. So we have this level of support that we had set for for Apple on Monday, and it breached that level, and then it went below it, obviously, right? And yesterday we're all happy. Now we're right back at that level. So we want to see how this happens. We're basically we're retracing, as Gareth likes to say, we're retracing back to the scene of the crime, which is this level of support here. And if we can breach it, we can expect more downside. And then SPY is just going up and down right at that same range of the first candle. That's why I like to put those little ranges on that first candle, because there's power in those first 15 minutes. It's going to determine. I've watched intraday moves go really high past opening, past pre-market highs, or rail below down past pre-market lows. Only to have the stock close right back up to where it opened, right? It's just the range in which it trades in. So, and then as I'm doing more and more of this, I'm also meeting new traders, and I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm learning from them as well. After I get off air, I go back into TradeCaster and watch and support like Mamba Trader or Taquito. Taquito's a cool guy. Or watch AK sometimes. Although he's paid, I don't think I've seen him recently. But there's a couple of other good guys out here that are free that you can learn a lot from. And just by watching them, just by watching and seeing how they do it and how they approach it. And you just grab a little bit of nuggets, a little bit of information, and you just lock it away for yourself and apply it to your style of trading. All right, watching Apple break this level of support. It's on its way down to 180. Maybe make some money on Apple. And then Boeing, we've been watching Boeing all morning, and it's just been right sideways from 200 to 201. It's just not doing much. It's just probably just going to consolidate for some time. Yeah, you see that big sell-off here. It's a 4-hour chart, and we're just stuck in this range. Look at that, just stuck in that range. Look at that. Look at this. How do you make money here? You can't. But sooner or later, something will happen. I just hope that it doesn't move on news of war. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to war, so we need Boeing to make more planes for us, or something sad like that. Yo, I have to admit, this music's it's not my kind of music. Let me see what the next one has. Let me skip it to the next. Oh, this one's rock. Maybe this one's better. Maybe this one gives a little bit more. There it is. All right, watching SPY. Now SPY is below the EMA line again, right? We talked a little bit about that earlier. Now we're below the 5-day EMA line, and now we're approaching the support. So we're excuse me, we're forming a little bit of a wedge here. See what's it gonna do. And then Apple has opened up a second candle on the hourly chart, and it is retesting this key level of support, in my opinion. So we are going to see how it reacts at that level. I actually like this better. Jeez, don't get sick. Okay, I like what SPY's doing here. We're gonna hang on to it a little bit. We're really close to our strike price, so I don't mind hanging on to this. I think I made the mistake in the past of it quickly going against me, and then me hoping that it comes back. And that's what that book talks a lot about, the hope and the fear of a trader, and how we're wired. We're not wired properly to be traders. We are wired to be comfortable. We are wired for comfort, and we want to protect ourselves. So when we're trading, we're risking, we're putting risk out there, and our brain is just trying to protect us from ourselves. And in the process of doing that, we become poor traders, or unprofitable traders, which is the same thing, right? Poor traders, like poor as in you're poor, you have no money, and poor as in that's a poor job. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right, it's pretty interesting here. We got a little bit of a hammer candle on Apple. So you're seeing a little bit of a candle, a little bit of a hammer form right there on that next candle. See what it does. It's really early in the candle. It does not mean much at the moment, but just something to watch. Oh yeah, this is much better. Much better background music. All right, so watching Boeing here catch the top of the EMA line on an hourly chart. Really curious to see 201. All right, so we're going to take 202.50 calls on Boeing. Just so we can make a little bit of money on that Boeing play. 202.50 is what we want to see. All right, a little bit of a recovery here on Apple right at that level. So you guys got to see it firsthand, right? That level is pre-set up, and it came right down to that level, and we're getting a bit of bounce. SPY is respecting this upward trend, this upward support. It's respecting it. So something to watch. So our Boeing calls up $6, and then we're down on our SPY 1450 on this 1450 on this SPY here. So again, right, we have to have a mental stop. I don't think stops work on options as they does in stocks because the underlying asset changes in price and there's too much price change in the premium. So you have to have more of a mental stop when you're doing options. A disciplined one too. All right, so our BA, our Boeing was already up 1350, so that's covering our SPY loss so far. So that's moving pretty good. That's why I really like Boeing. I've been trading Boeing all year. I've made I was up almost a couple $1,000s on it, but it's been down to like 800-900 now, just because I just been placing bad trades on it. But right now we're up $21 on it. We're gonna continue to watch it here, see if it gets some momentum to the upside. What is this yellow line? I'm trying to remember what this yellow line is. Oh, it is a level of. Oh, it is a bracket, just like we did here. Remember for SPY, we did it for Boeing off this big drop to 197 here. So we had this bracket. So we're still within that bracket, right? So that's going to help us. There. Now, once we're breaking that now, here we go. All right, 201.91. Looking good on Boeing. We're looking really solid on Boeing. Remember, that is not a 0 DTE. That is a Friday expiration. 202.50 for Friday expiration. We're already at $29 on that trade. We're going to continue to watch that. Oil still ripping. All right, good job on Boeing. We might be in the money here in a few minutes. And this rock music changed everything. That's what we needed, guys. We just needed better music. All right, so we're looking real good right now on Boeing. Really good on Boeing. We're about to hit our price target. We're about to hit that price target. Another thing that I'm learning is watching traders trade is the level of conviction in their trades. So I say that now, right, to toot my own horn because I saw the move on Boeing and I didn't hesitate. I just took the call on it. I'm up $46 on it right now. And now, what do you think I'm feeling right now? Well, if I told you about the fear and the hope of the book, The Best Loser Wins. Sorry, guys. What do you think I'm experiencing right now as I'm watching my Boeing position be in the profit? I'm experiencing fear. I feel fear now because I have these $47 in the profit, and I don't want to lose that money. Right? I want to keep building on that money. So now my conviction has turned into doubt. Right? So these are the experience that. The feelings and the emotion that I have is like, oh man, is it gonna breach 202.50? Even though I have, the rest of the week, right? So I hope that I'm trying to convey the lack of patience that I am experiencing right now and the fear that I'm experiencing right now, rather than being super hopeful, like, oh shoot, this thing's got momentum. It's probably the biggest candle we've seen all week, and I'm scared of losing this money, right? Rather than staying hopeful, so. What am I doing? I'm looking for a way out. I'm looking for an exit. And it's most likely a premature exit. So I'm going to try to be a disciplined trader here. We're up $54 in that trade already. Less than 5 minutes, we're up $54. And see if we can break this 202.50. If we can get to it, and maybe we'll get some real momentum. Maybe the next level of resistance is that 200-day EMA line. As we look back, we're watching. Right. Another thing I'm teaching traders is to look left. Look left. What did it do before? Why is it at this level? Why? So I really don't see a lot of bounces and touches on the 200-day moving average, like we did on another stock that we've seen. I think we were watching Tesla, where I can show you on Tesla how it's been respecting that line. All right, here we go, man. Climb time. 202.41. We are 9 cents away from being in the money on this trade. We're up $51 on it so far. Watching Tesla. This is a gap fill that we've had in the past, right? If you guys are watching here, Tesla, upper right-hand quadrant, rejected. There was a gap, got rejected at the gap, filled the gap, got rejected, rejected, got into the gap, retested the gap, got above it. Now we're retesting this gap again. It's a good sign. Look at SPY. Big candle on SPY too. Yeah, SPY's messing with me, man. SPY's really messing with us. It might break out. So will Apple too, and it'll bring it up with it. But we're starting to see a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a bullish thing. All right, guys, 709 on the West Coast. This is the Spread Live Trading Show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. I am Shimano Trader. Please make sure you follow us on Instagram at Shimano Trader. On Instagram, there's a post there where we're doing a giveaway. Subscribe to the show here on Tradecaster. Follow us on YouTube and all that good stuff. Thank you very much for being here today. Appreciate your time. All right, we're going to take our profits on Boeing. You know what? I'm going to hang on a little bit because that is not a 0 DTE trade. That is, we have until Friday on that. So we can really make some money, especially being so close to being in the money here. So I'm going to just wait on that. Apple is just kind of, again, we got until Friday to hit that 180. So no rush there. And then SPY is breaking out of this bracket. Well, most likely a losing trade here. All right, so I'm closing that out. Morning. So since we've broken this bracket here, we're going to jump out of this trade. That is a losing trade for SPY today. They lost 25 bucks on that. We're going to keep our short on Apple, though. I mean, we could go long. We could go long above the pre-market high. We might have gotten shaken out too. We shall see. So see how it just came right up above it, touched that pre-market high level. Now it's below it again. But in volume's kind of dropping off a little bit too. But this candle's got about 4 more minutes to go on this next candle. But it's a strong move though. This is a big candle. It's what, well, I wouldn't say it's bullish engulfing, right? It would have to be kind of engulf these other two, but it's definitely broken the highs of these candles. So I would consider it bullish. And then we'll just sell off at the end of the day. Something crazy like that. I'm having our rock music. All right, continuing to watch Russell with a nice shoot to the upside. It's good to see. It's the whole market's reversing a bit, but I like our Boeing play is solid. That's saved our butt so far. All right, Apple remains under the 5-day EMA line, so we're going to continue to keep that trade up. Obviously, like I mentioned, we've got until Friday for this trade to play out, so we'll see if we can get a little bit more downside on Apple, possibly, especially after the PCE report tomorrow. Don't forget, we got PCE tomorrow. Careful with your overnight positions. They will get clapped. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Lyft. Lyft, again, it hit the top of the anticipated move, the top of that range for the week. So every Sunday, I'll do a video and I'll put it on Tradecaster that'll just recap that anticipated range move that I like to play. So we've done it for 2 weeks now, and what it teaches you how stocks move, especially if you have like a basket of stocks that you like to trade. And when you do this anticipated range, wow, babe, look at Boeing. Breakout on Boeing, guys. It's looking real solid. Nice big candle. It's probably the biggest candle we've seen all week for sure. Nice big candle. Look at that. Wow, we caught that call. That's awesome. Make some cash on that. We're up $69 today. $69 so far on Boeing. But yeah, like I was saying, the expected range of the move, like here, you're watching Tesla. Right, Tesla's at the top of the range. I talked about this earlier. So it's already touched that. So I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming that it will have that it's done going up for the week, and it's going to start to look for the bottom of the range. Now that bias is dangerous, because that's the same thing you tell yourself when it's at the bottom of the range. You're going, oh, okay, it has to go up now, right? Not necessarily. So that's why we recap on Sunday, so you can see that, oh wow, this thing, it hit the bottom of the range and it didn't do nothing anymore. You're like, yeah, exactly, it didn't do nothing anymore. All right, continue to watch the SPY here. A lot of wicks, a lot of wicking action at this level. Just watching. Wow, look at Boeing, guys. Boeing is pumping up $83 on Boeing today. 59% so far on that trade. That's a nice pickup right there. I'm glad we're able to. And just so you know, right? So the conviction behind that trade has a lot to do with the fact that I've been watching Boeing all year, right? So it wasn't, a little bit of the conviction that I have is because I've been monitoring it all year. And by monitoring it the way I have been, I've been able to pick up on its movements and how it's tending to move. Mind you, during the all the bad publicity that it's been having too. So that's helped a lot to be short on Boeing. But I know that Boeing, I've been short on Boeing since last week, and that's how I've given up some of my profits to Boeing. But now I feel like it's a staple company, man. It's a big company. It's an old company. Look, Air Lease secures long-term deal with Thai Airways for the Boeing 787. So, the market is you're starting to hear better news on Boeing. And so any of those news can be a catalyst to really pump it to the upside, because it's had so much bad news, right? So we're up 105 on that. That trades up 75% so far on Boeing. Starting to see some upward momentum too on the SPY here. Starting to see those candles formations. We're breaking out of this opening bracket, right? And we're approaching the pre-market high. We've already been rejected once, and we're approaching it again. Tesla's pumping. Apple's kind of dormant, right? Apple's down 0.5%, and it doesn't really feel like it's contributing to this upward move. But Boeing's hella strong, guys. I'm curious about puts on SPY. Just trying to be a contrarian, which usually burns you. It gets you burned. Oh man, USO starting to give it up. I should have sold my oil. That was supposed to be a short-term position anyway. All right, so we're gonna close out our oil. All our oil. We're gonna close out our Alibaba too. I mean, we're down 41 bucks on that. All right, I'm using another account, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just using my other account. I have another account that I trade off of, and I'm closing out. I took some positions on oil and on Baba last night, so Baba got clapped on that. But the oil's been awesome. Oil's been really good. And look at Tesla, boom, breaking through again. Tesla looks real solid, man. I mean, again, another stock that I just trade often or watch often, do the expected range every week. and it gives you a level of familiarity with a stock that I don't think you understand, or you can understand until you actually do it for a couple of weeks, and you start to really see that, oh wow, like there's a lot of I'm learning more about this stock, and I'm seeing how it reacts, and I'm seeing how it respects certain levels, and I think that's the key, man. That really is the key. It's like when we race, right? When I used to be an active runner, I used to run all the time. Every month I had some sort of running event. Always running the trails. Love being in the trails, and we would go a day before the race day, so that we can experience the track and get an understanding about the trail conditions and things of that nature prior to being for race day. And it would make a difference, because sometimes you'd get lost on trails. There were poor markings. Things like that would happen. River crossings, all this kind of stuff that you'd have to deal with as a runner. But by being just being there the day before, you get this familiarity with the course, and it really calms your anxiety, and it calms, just if you're, you're never really scared, but you're a little bit of having anxiety, because we've been on trails where we get lost, and we have to like run back to the last marker, and obviously we lose time. Nobody wants to experience that. For as much as I'm seeing a lot of wicks here on SPY, all this wicking action, man. Like, look, boom, nothing there. Like I feel, right? Like, what does that mean, right? Like, I feel. But there's definitely a little bit of a bearish sentiment for me, and I'm revisiting those SPY puts again. Those 505 SPY puts, they're cheaper right now, but not by much. I'm going to take them again. So I'm back on SPY puts, same strike price, 505. So let's see how those things play out. You're seeing me take jump back into a losing trade. So we'll see what happens. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it from the perspective that I want to trust my gut, and I also want to do it from the perspective of, if you're watching this, then you can either go, wow, I wouldn't have done that. Well, that was stupid. Why did he do that? Or you'll say, wow, maybe he saw something I didn't see. So I like doing it with an audience sometimes, because it tells you, it reveals to you sometimes. Sometimes you have some real experienced traders that pop in, and they have no problem telling you what they're seeing. But the very fact that we haven't really had a full body close above the 5-day EMA line, everything's been right, like nothing's had a full close over there, just doesn't make me feel like there is a lot of strength there. It's more of we're gonna like float up a little bit, float up, and then we're gonna dump it. Again, the pattern that I've identified here, it is called a bearish pennant. So it's supposed to do what it's doing right now, right? Kind of jump inside this little, see, we have this little resistance line up here. Let's just say it was all the way across. It's going to just do this thing here inside this pennant, and it's got to pick a direction at some point, right? It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. So we are hoping for the downside. Meanwhile, Boeing, nice. We're up 107 on that. That has been a 77% trade this morning, guys. That is awesome. Now, imagine you took 2 contracts. Imagine you took 10 contracts. That is the level we want to get to, where we can position ourselves to make tons of money. So when you see these guys make a crap load of money in a day, they're sitting on a ton of contracts. And we have more than one contracts. You can start to, peel away those contracts, right? Start exiting your position little by little as it's going up. So we're going to identify this as a bearish pennant. So let's see if we can catch this downside on SPY. Oh, glad we got out of oil. That's good. We made a little bit of money there. But I really want oil to be cheaper, because otherwise we got to pay more money for gas. We're up 104 for the day, $104 for the day. Boeing has been our main winner today. Boeing has really printed for us today. And then continuing to watch the SPY here, just be indecisive. We're going to call that a bearish pennant. Let me see if I can text it, if I can put it in here, just to teach us, to keep us, here's text here. Bearish pennant. Oh, that's a good music. Bearish pennant. So let's see if it works. Maybe I should put a question mark so it doesn't sound definitive. Bearish pennant. All right, so I'll leave that note on there for anybody who's curious as to what I'm looking at here on SPY. So I expect this, or I am naming this a bearish pennant. What the heck? All right, we'll see what it does. Let's go, baby. Look at that Boeing move, man. We caught that move right when we needed to catch it. I love that. I love seeing that. Seeing a little bit of wicks up here. Like those wicks to me means selling pressure. That's what I see them as. Again, you know, it's inside this little pennant here. See what it's gonna do. Boeing is on fire, guys. Jeez. Wow. Let's go. Yeah, well, 150 on that. We are up, I think, over 100%. 165% on that trade. Wow. And with 2 days to go, 3 days to go. Wonder what's happening over there. Wow. Whoa. What a move. What a move on Boeing. Hitting that 200-day SMA line. See if we break right through it. Or we're going to get a reaction there. Tesla going off. Look at this 200-day SMA line. Right? So we're watching it live here, right? We expect a reaction here. Either it's going to break through it like it is right now, or it's going to get rejected. But it's got some Momo right now. It's got some Momo. Tesla's pumping. Jeez. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. You took that Boeing play with me. Run it up. That was great. There we go. Boom. All right, 172. We're up 180% on that trade. No, I'm tripping. 128. 128. 128% on that trade so far, guys. Beautiful, 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 beautiful Boeing. I don't know what's going on over at Boeing. I think maybe because they got some new contracts. They've got people securing deals with Boeing. I mean, Boeing's not going anywhere. You're just gonna catch some bad publicity, but what they like to say, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Did I close out all my Baba? I think I did, right? Just to make sure that thing's selling off. Yeah. All right, perfect. Woo, man, I can't even scream, guys. My voice is messed up. And watching this pennant play out on the bearish side, good stuff here. That's really good. We're making that money back. All right, we're up 207 for the day. What a great day. Are up 208. We pumping. SPY is dumping. So is Apple. Good stuff, guys. Great trading day so far. Man, look at Boeing, guys. Boeing is going off. And our bearish pennant is playing out too. Now we gotta lose the support. We gotta lose and close the whole body below the 5-day EMA and below this rising support. All right, watching Boeing give it up a little bit here too. And that momentum to the upside. You see what I mean? Like what if I hang on to this until Friday and it just keeps going up? It just probably hit a couple $1,000s, but that's the decision of a trader, man. I'm not even going to pretend I want to take this money. I'm up almost $200 on it. I just want to walk away with the $200. I don't even want to wait until Friday, especially with PCE tomorrow. There's no way I will hold overnight. I'm going to see how much of it I can get today and then exit that position. And then again, SPY's not giving it up, man. It's just not going to concede just yet. Not going to concede just yet. It's really battling it out here. This bearish tenant, we're either going to invalidate it or it's going to play out as we hope it does. Even though Apple's giving it up a little bit, it's right back down, right? So this is our second attempt at this support level for Apple on the upper left-hand side here. All right, continuing to watch these positions here. All right, traders, 7:30 on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. Live trading show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. We're broadcasting on the Tradecaster airwaves. I am in Ontario, California. This is The Spread. Thanks for checking us out today. Make sure you subscribe to the show so you don't miss the next show. Follow me on Shimano. I'm Shimano Trader on Instagram. We do have a giveaway. Make sure you check that out. And thanks for joining us today. Boeing's printing. Boeing's green gray today. And then SPY is continuing to hold this EMA line. A little concerning. But Apple's just broken this support level. Very encouraging on that, and from that perspective. Tesla's pumping is up 1.75%, almost 350 for the day. SPY is gonna attempt to break out of this pennant here. And that would be not good for us. So we're going to continue to watch that play out. It's still hugging this EMA line. Still hugging that EMA line. All right, and here's Apple resuming the downtrend. That's good for us. Oh man, Boeing was the move today. All right, here is SPY retesting that pre-market high. Wow, look at Boeing, guys. 235. That trade is up 167%. Wow. So glad we were able to just jump at that. No hesitation on that trade. Earning that money. Man, what a candle. What a candle. Thing went from 201 to 205.39 with half an hour to go still. Bitcoin 61,091. Congrats to all my BTC holders. Diamond hands, baby. All right, we're taking our profits on Boeing here. Just 230 in an hour. Not a bad trading day. It probably has a lot more to go to the upside, but I'm just not going to get greedy. I'm fearful, guys. I have no other way of putting it. I'm scared that this thing's gonna just drop and then take my $200. So, made $230 on Boeing today. Great trading so far on that. Most likely close out our SPY put as well. We're watching that. All right, so this was good. This one was solid here. Oh, I didn't put the show on the left there. All right, so that one's closed out. You can see that it's closed out. And then SPY, man, like, right, it's just it's respecting this bracket, this range here. But I think anything outside of that, we probably have some strong to the upside, or if this pennant breaks, we should have a nice flush to the downside. Yeah, man, feels like you'll leave some money on Boeing, and these are the emotions you're gonna feel as a trader, right? It's like you got out early, should have stayed in, could have made more money, blah 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 blah. It's just the life of a trader. So when you make the trade, the trade's over. Stop thinking about it. All right, Apple's continuing to break that support level there. If anything that might be bringing up the SPY might be Tesla. Tesla's really ripping right now. It's up almost 2%. But this is going to determine a lot here by SPY if we start breaching these levels here. But tech's moving. Ooh, oil. Good job, man. I'm glad we got out of that. Peloton's been pumping too, man. It's just a long-term position there on Peloton. Just I think a good buyout candidate. Wow, guys, there you go. There's your break on SPY. Boom, there it is. I was just gonna eat into our profits for Boeing, right? Because we are short here. The pennant might be invalidated here. It probably already is. It's breaking up to the outside, to the upside. Want to see how it reacts this 200-day? How has it been acting on the 200-day? Not really a lot of... A little bit here, maybe. Not a lot of data, though. All right, we're going to see what it does here. Market's been open for 1 hour. 7:35 on the West Coast. I've already placed a couple trades. There's a lot of trading left for the day. All right, Apple's breaking that level of support up here. We like to see this. May come back and look at Boeing later today and see, feel really good about exiting that position or really bad. This big gray area here that you're seeing on Tesla, that is the earnings gap, right? So this is when Tesla reported earnings a couple weeks back, it broke that gap. So I think that's what that is. So I see this gap here. So we're filling this gap right now, or Tesla's attempting to fill this gap. And a couple of things can happen. It might fill the gap and then resume to the upside, or it can just fill the gap like it did earlier here with the smaller gap and just start to sell off. So we'll see how that plays out. We are on Tesla. We have we're shareholders of Tesla. So while Tesla was getting decimated on the way down, going into earnings, I was accumulating shares. So I was accumulating shares all the way down to about 170 or so. And so since it reversed, we've made some good money on that. So we made some good money on Tesla. And we are Musk supporters. No shame in my game for supporting Elon Musk. I think he's a great guy. He's a champion of humanity. And he wants to take us to Mars too. Which ain't nothing wrong with that, right? All right, so SPY's giving it up, right? Kind of maybe shaking out some shorts here. It would have shaken me out. But since I've got some money in my pocket with Boeing, I'm a little bit more willing to hang on a little bit longer. And I think Apple too is a little top heavy. Might bring down the SPY overall. Just looking around the market, oil topped out at 74.74 the USO, and it started to give it up. BABA gapped down this morning and is trending lower. Lyft is down 65 cents, 3.9%. The Russell's is down also 39 cents, 0.19%. Meanwhile, SPY is wicking at these levels. Apple is continuing its downward move, and BABA's kind of topped out here at 205.82. Tesla also a little bit wicking a little bit. Overall market though, let me see where the overall market is. Yeah, we're still down across the board. Not by a lot. We've recovered some, but we're definitely down across the board. All indexes. Let me check the S&P. S&P is at 50.69. Remember, the key level is 50.65. That is a key level. Futures have recovered some. Still down $10, 0.2%. It's got a downward trend downward trend line that it's breached a little bit, but it's just kind of peeking its head over it. Nothing hasn't really closed the body above it. I wonder if there's an opportunity to jump. Oh, wow, guys, look at Boeing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there it is, man. Right? It's like the premature close, but it's okay, man. I mean, if you're not happy with $200 in an hour, I don't know what else will quench that greed level. Yeah. I mean, as traders, I always I find it comical how we all start off with just trying to, if I can just make $25 a day, just $25 a day, that's all I need. And then you start making, $50 a day, $75 a day, or you make $100 a day, or God willing, a couple $1,000 a day, and those 25 days just don't hit the same anymore. They hit different. Wow, look at the Boeing. Oh my God. It's up 430 now. 430. That was a great trade, guys. It really was. Apple, man, jeez, just flush already. Like, what are you waiting for? Wow, Boeing is on fire. On fire. And what was the expected range on Boeing this week? So there's your expected move on Boeing for the week. Yeah, look, it's about to hit the top of the range. There it is. It's on its way there. 207.04. Yeah, what a breakout. What a breakout on Boeing. Huge. And then SPY, man, I'm not too convinced, man. I'm just not really convinced. I mean, it's going to open up the next candle up here somewhere, and that may really invalidate this pennant. But not until then. So let's stay patient. Jeez, look at this move, man. It's so insane. 200 to 205. $5 move in an hour. My goodness. Still pinned at 50.69 on the S&P. Future starting to wick a little bit on the top side. AMD is testing the 200-day simple moving average on the hourly chart. ARC resuming the uptrend. We have $70 strike price calls on ARC for April. So those are they're doing all right. They ain't the best right now, but they're not the worst either. All right, starting to see. Got about 2 more minutes to the next candle opens on the SPY. And we're going to see where we opened up and if we can hold that level. All right, traders. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. Staying smart, trading smart. Boeing's candle is incredible. It's starting to pull back a little bit. SPY's got about a couple seconds here for the next candle. We should be above the pre-market high now on the next candle that opens up. Even though it's been climbing with, dropping volume, that's interesting too. Hasn't been dropping off tremendously either, right? Excuse me. All right, so we should have the next candle here now. About 10 seconds, we should get this next candle on the SPY, and then we will have a full body candle above that, and we're gonna see if it closes above it or if it just starts to give it back up here. Now there's your next candle. Above where we've now hit the pre-market high, we're above that. There's usually a sign. Like when I learned this strategy about the pre-market highs and pre-market lows, the idea is usually, don't trade in the middle, right? The green and the red, like don't trade here in the middle, right? We've traded in the middle, obviously. Don't trade the middle, trade the breakout. So now that we're above it, we can see that it's starting to get some momentum to the upside, right? It starts cutting into our profits too. So we're going to go ahead and close that out. So we're out of the SPY again. So we've taken 2 trades on the SPY and they've both been losers. Man, that SPY loves to take that money, man. 0 DTEs, guys. Stay away. Stay away from 0 DTE. So, we're going over that rule about the bearish pennant. And obviously that's invalidated now. It's broken out of that pennant. I mean, if we use the pre-market high line, or we use this bracket, these yellow lines as where the pennant would have been, it's still invalidated just because it broke out here and it's got this next candle. 506. Yeah, so we're done trading that SPY today. We're gonna see what it does at this 200-day EMA line, and watch it reverse now, because it just never fails, right? It just never fails. So there's your reversal. We've already closed this out. But we're still in Apple puts, so we're gonna continue to hold on to those. Most likely be done trading today. Darn it! There's your SPY, man. There's your SPY reversal. Now, I'm watching. Now we would say that it's retesting the pre-market high here, right? So it's rejected, broken out. Now we're back to the scene of the crime, right? And then are we gonna bounce here? Most likely, it seems that we are. Oh no, I'm not trying to draw a line. I'm trying to draw a circle. All right, so you guys watched the breach of the resistance, right? It breached it, and now it jumped up into the 200-day SMA line, got rejected, and now it retested what was originally resistance. So it's flipped this from resistance, it's flipped it to support. Good bullish sign. Yo, it's Juliana. You ready? No?
Good luck, traders.
All right, that was Juliana wishing you guys good luck today. She's already been lucky. She's already been lucky to me because we've already made some money today. That's a good thing. All right, Apple retesting this level of support. So it'll be the multiple times that it's been at this level. This 181 level seems to be a key area for Apple at the moment as it's trying to break that support and sell off. But SPY looks strong right now. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens here. All right, go ahead and take a look around. Oil sold off. It had a high of 74.74. It's down to 73.98. It's not significantly down. It probably needed a little bit of a pullback. Looks like a lot of stuff starting to kind of find its footing. Ooh, man, Boeing. All right, so we're starting to see the SPY here have a little bit of a hard time here with this SMA line. Probably do one more trade today, but it's probably going to be at close. I like trading the close, especially on 0 DTE. Maybe you can catch a move, man. You can make really quick money really, really fast. But that is a recipe for disaster. Why am I telling you guys that? All right, 50.71 on the S&P 500. Remember that key level is 50.65. ES futures continuing to breach resistance. It's sitting at 50.83. And then the VIX is pulled back a bit from. It spiked a little bit in the morning. I think got up to like 13.98. It's like 13.47 now. Bitcoin 61,095. Congratulations to all my holders. Watch the SPY here, right? We kind of I think this was a good lesson for us here on the SPY, right? You guys watch us trying to be contrarians on the SPY move, and it proved us wrong twice. Man, Baba sold off so hard. I mean, I knew it. I knew it when I placed the trade because it was at a resistance level, and I still did it anyway. Well, because I think what I was doing is I was anticipating a breakthrough overnight, good China news, and watch it just kind of break through that level. But that's not what happened. Yeah, S&P is going up, creeping up a little bit. It's going to analyze this. Oh, yeah, no, look at that. No, it broke out of that thing. No hesitation there. Apple's still falling. Tesla's still climbing. Oh man, Boeing, Jesus Christ. Lord help us. 23. $504. Jeez, no way we'll get down there. I think we're better off playing the top. Getting some rejection up there. Incredible on Boeing. Tesla, man, that's the move. Well, tomorrow, Friday 0 DT for everybody. So yeah, Tesla's a ripper. Boeing a ripper. I wonder what caused this move on Boeing though. It's 206. $200. Well, it would be 25, huh? I wonder what caused the move though. What caused that move on Boeing? That's what we want to know. Yeah, there's no news on Boeing, dude. Just rocketing for no reason. By Friday, huh? Wow, man. Fucking Boeing. Incredible. Wow, so premature, dude. So premature. Why? Damn, it was 15, wasn't it? Yeah, everything's like invalidated there. Yeah, everything's pumping. Nice. Yeah, everything's bullish, man. Everything's bullish. Incredible. Wow, SPY's ridiculous. $505 may still be in play. All right, traders. Happy. It is 8 a.m. on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. We are a live stock and option trading show streaming every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram at Shimano Trader. We do have a giveaway going away. Make sure you participate on that. And thanks for joining us today. Wow, look at that. So it's 205 still in play. Just trying to catch that 205, that 505. Yeah, almost there. Yeah, still don't have it. All right, traders. 8 a.m. on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. This is The Spread, live stock trading and option trading show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. I am Shimano Trader at Shimano Trader on Instagram. If you want to connect there, please subscribe to our show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support today. We've been watching trades this morning. We've already made a nice bag on Boeing calls that really ripped this morning. SPY is powering higher. We've got green across the board. A little bit of a sell-off pre-market, but we've regained that off the bad data that came out for the GDP. But other than that, things are looking smooth. We're in the profit for today. We're just going to continue to watch our positions. We've lost money on the SPY today. Just trying to scalp the SPY has not been good to us, but Boeing has really printed our lunch money for today. We're looking to take one more trade before the end of the show. Just looking for an A+ setup on that. We're most likely looking for puts on the SPY side, but we'll see. We'll see how things play out. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us today. Why this level here? Won't fill me. I'm trying to get into 505 puts on SPY. Just don't trust this move to the upside. No, if I do 501, it'll be for March. Oh. Yeah, man, when you look at puts on the SPY for Friday. Huh, interesting. All right, continue to watch option flow as well on Unusual Wells. Just watching the option flow come in. I mean, I don't understand flow too much either, so I'm still learning myself. Oil sold off hard this morning. We picked up a position overnight. I mean, yesterday before market, we picked up on the oil move, and we're able to make some money and close those positions out this morning. Peloton's had a pop this morning. That was good. Yeah, big sell-off on oil. Big sell-off on oil. SPY keeps pumping. It's going to bring up Apple with it. Just trading carefully here. We got PCE tomorrow morning. Don't forget that. Boeing starting to reverse a bit. So we made a nice bag on Boeing this morning. Look at that move on Boeing. We had 205 calls for Friday. And we closed them out. We just shot up. Tokido in the house. What's up, buddy? Good. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, man. How are you today? How's your day going? Or your evening-ish? Taquito, how are futures looking, man? Swimming in the charts, taking a little break. Good, man. It's always good. Yeah, that's why I would want to stream like 3 times a week, because it just becomes too much, I think. I'm trying to be on here every day. Well, good to see you. What are you seeing in the market, man? What do you think? You think SPY continue to push higher? Nice move on the SPY this morning. You see any pullback for close of day today? Yeah, look at Boeing. What if we didn't take profits on Boeing? All right. Well, thank you very much anyway, sir. Well, good luck to you on your trading, man. Are you going to stream anytime soon? I'd love to watch you trade. TGTX. That's not Target, right? No. Target is TGT, right? Let me see. TGTX. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, it's a therapeutical company. Jeez, look at that move, man. Did you play this? Did you play TGTX? Oh, no. I hope they don't block my stream with that song. Okay, let me switch to Taquito. Don't know about streaming. It's challenging, and I'm bouncing trading 3 accounts. Yeah, I get you, man. I totally understand you, Taquito. It's it's a little distracting. I've been sharing with some of my viewers how sometimes I feel this pressure that like I gotta make money. I gotta stream. So I've completely thrown everything out the window, man. I'm just doing my thing, streaming, having fun, playing music, trade a little bit, a couple hours, and I gotta go back to my real life of operating this business. But yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I don't think that's a bad idea. Now I understand why like AK-47 is only on a couple hours, and that's what I mean. There's things I'm sure he wants to do and wants to get done throughout the day. But Taquito, man, always a pleasure when you're in here, man. Always like at least chit-chatting with you a little bit. Oh, thank you very much, man. Yeah, I'm trying, dude. I mean, like I said, I probably put in about 50% of the effort that I could put into it, but I am putting an effort into it. So I think I don't want to spread myself too thin. You know, I've got so much going on in my own personal life outside of trading. I always come back to trading. I spend a lot of time here. But no, I mean, your feedback, man, I love it, Taquito. Thank you so much, man. I mean, every time you pop in here, you make me feel good. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely, man. We'll get the word out. We'll get the word out. No big deal. I'm sure it'll take a little bit of time. I follow other streamers, and I hear their stories where they were like doing what I'm doing right now. Is like 2 people in the room, or they were by themselves, and 2-3 years later, 4 years later, they've got this huge following. So I know that this is just part of the process to build an audience and to build the following. And obviously having people like you come by and pop in on me and give me some support, man, that's really cool. But honestly, God, it doesn't make a difference to me, right? Like if I'm here by myself, or if I've got 50 people in here, 100 people in here, whatever, I'm gonna just keep streaming like I've got a million people looking at me. So I'm just continue to be that way. I just want to be entertaining and have a place to come in and have a different perspective and that sort of thing. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, you just gotta be. It's exactly what it is, man. We can't expect to be rich in one day and get it all done in one day. But this TGTX move, man, great job. If you were long on this and you saw this play before it happened, man, that what a move today. I mean, it's gone from Jesus, like 1247 to 18, like a $6 move. Wow. Hope you banked on that. Little bit of a red shoot there on the market. Maybe a topping tail here. Hope so. Oh, man, have you considered cash, Taquito? Is there a reason you don't trade on a cash account? I used to have that PDT rule all the time, man, and switching to a cash account made a big difference for me. Yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah, that PDT rule sucks. But I also think it's a good, especially for new traders. It's a good rule, right? It's like a hard stop. You can't do this. That's why the same thing with cash accounts, because in a cash account, once you use up your purchasing power, you're done for the day. So it's almost the same thing. So but I think there's some limitations to the cash account that you can't do on a margin account. Yeah, exactly. And what I learned about the 25K also is that you got to stay at 25K, right? So for example, if you open up your account at 25 and then you draw down to like 24.50, that's considered under the 25K. So I've learned of that one as well. But yeah, man, we're all just traders trying to learn, trying to make some money, and trying to get good at what we do and trying to come in here and scoop up some cash and just move on with our day. But no doubt about it, this is something I really enjoy. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy streaming, and it's fun. And like I told my wife, I'm gonna do it regardless. I'm gonna be here and trade anyway, whether there's people watching or not. It really doesn't matter to me. Yeah, $100 a day, man. Yeah, I was talking a lot about how we're so, once we get to that $100 mark, and then you surpass it. Now you're like, oh man, $100 a day ain't doing it for me anymore. I need $300 a day. So it's pretty interesting how we change as traders, how we change as traders, period. From our greed levels to our our fear levels, all these things that we got to deal with as traders, man. But it's such an incredible journey. I'm glad I haven't quit yet. Hey, Tesla's pumping, man. Good move on Tesla. Yeah, exactly, right? So even that, you've seen the percentage moves on a penny stock, and yeah, it really screws with you, man. It really does. So I guess it's what we do here, especially on the streaming side, to see what other traders are experiencing. We feel like, oh well, it's not just me, Taquito goes through the same thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's fair, man. I think $100 a day is a good like minimum, like trying to say, hey, if I can make $100 a day, that's my minimum. That's a solid strategy. That's 500 a week, 2,000 a month. I mean, who'd be mad at that? 100%, man. Some of the things that I've been doing, Taquito, too, is just changing my time frames too, right? To try to be in more swing positions and try to cut back on my zero DTE exposure, which has burned me. Yeah. Bigger time frames, bigger moves. I think Charlie Munger said it, that the big money is in the patience, right? So you got to be patient while these moves are playing out and set yourself up. I mean, look at the one you were showing me with TGTX. I mean, if you were well positioned in that stock, I mean, that's a great day. All right, we're continuing to watch Apple, Tesla here. Tesla's got a nice move up to the upside. It sold off a little bit yesterday, but it's recovered nicely. And obviously, Boeing was our big money maker today. We made a nice bag on that Boeing move. We've re-entered. Oh no, dude! I have I usually day trade like the SPY or just I have a basket of fries. I say a basket of fries. I have a basket of stocks that I usually like hang out with, and I'm trying to do that on my video library here on Tradecaster, where I do a weekly anticipated range, based on option flow on a particular stocks, and that's really been helping me kind of hone in on a specific type of stocks and get familiar with their movement. Boeing, SPY, Tesla, or Apple are some of the stocks that I'm watching every week. So I have a long-term strategy. This is just my day trading stuff that I do, but I also preach the long term. So yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, I day trade just for a couple hours during the day here, just to have fun with the market. But I usually I'm more of a long-term trader. So Tesla's a position that I was building as it was selling off. I built up a nice core position, and on this move here, I'm just selling it into the strength and getting some profits out of it. So I have, scalping is kind of what my channel says, but I think if you spend enough time with me, you'll realize that, long-term strategy is probably where my heart is. And the day trading is really done out of like rushes, right? You would like that little rush, that little rush you feel in your veins when you're in a stock and you're trading and you walk away with $300 in a minute, 10 minutes, whatever. So I'm a little addicted to that. Yeah. So there's this guy that I follow. His name is Josh Answers. He has this thing called the Trading Fraternity, and he streams every day on YouTube. I think it's YouTube/the stock market, and he preaches. Yeah, so that's a good split, Taquito, 60-40. Yeah, man, and it just, whatever, if you're able to make some nice profits on the day trading, just move them over to the to the swing trading portfolio. Also other investments, right? Airbnbs, buying another business. So there's a bunch of other things that I want to do, but it really comes from funding it through day trading and then moving my profits over to a different portfolio, a different account, that sort of thing. I think that's a sound strategy. I don't know too many day traders that are making a lot of money just day trading every day. Everybody talks kind of the same model that I'm kind of preaching right now, which is, take your profits and move them into a more long-term, safer way to grow that money. So, yeah. So I think we have the right idea, Taquito, for sure. For sure. All right. See what we got here. Apple continues under the 5-day EMA line. Over here to our upper left-hand side, we're still under the 5-day EMA line. So it's still being respected. That Boeing has hit the top of the range for the weekly expected move here. So it's hit that top of the range. We expected resistance at this level. I mean, it hit it at exactly at that level. If you're curious, we set up this weekly expected move on Sunday's video, so which you can go back and watch us set that bracket for Boeing. We set these green lines here for it, so you can watch how we did that. And now you're seeing how prices reacted to that level, and it can help you build a strategy moving forward with the expected range of the week. So if you go to my Tradecaster video library, you'll find two videos. One is from the previous week and one was from this last Sunday that we did. So we'll recap the way the stock moved within that range for the previous week, and then we'll chart new ranges for the upcoming week. So those videos usually come out on Sunday night or Monday morning. So we watched Tesla. I'm sorry, Boeing come up to this level here now. Just take a little bit of a breather, or was that the top? We don't know. So we're gonna continue to watch that, and then we are still sitting on Apple puts, 180 puts for Friday. We're gonna hang on to those and see if PCE creates some disruption tomorrow. But the markets look strong, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we the news tomorrow is a good news and we just go to new all-time highs. I wouldn't be surprised either. But I know that there is a little bit of an underlying weakness in the market, especially with oil spiking and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see. All I know is like Beyond Meat yesterday like had terrible earnings and it shot up 100%. So, it's a rigged game. Learn the rules. And then watching this candle formation on SPY here, to me, right, like it's I thought when we were down here that this was all bearish action because of all the wicking happening here, and I'm forming a bearish bias over here because of the wicking happening at this level. Like this would be like a blow off top. What invalidates this blow off top is a close candle above this one. So what I'm gonna do to that candle is I'm just gonna put a little bit of a box around it just to watch the level. But it looks a little strong too. So all right, so we'll see what it does at that level. Just going to continue to monitor that. And then got about 30 more minutes for the show to finish up here. Hopefully I'm not getting blocked here because this music that I'm playing. No, everything looks good. We can check real quick. Hang on, Taquito. Let me see. What is it? CRNX? CRNX. Oh, pharmaceuticals. Love the pharmaceuticals. All right. So, yeah. So it has earnings 228. So that's today, right? Yeah, man. So I'm all for it. I'm just looking for good trades, right? So, depending on now, it's just really, I just to answer your question directly, whatever's hot, sometimes I have my cluster or my basket of stocks, but, like Boeing, or what was another one that we traded? Like Lyft, right? Like Lyft was not a stock that I was necessarily watching, but after earnings, it popped like it did. So we jumped into that. So no, we just want to make money, man. Doesn't matter how, as long as it's legal, ethical. Yeah. So you've got earnings after the market, for this CRNX Tokido 228 after the market. Let's CRNX. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the chain option on it. CRNX. So let me show you some Tokido. Let me know if I don't know if this is gonna help you or not, but let me show it to you anyway. Let me move you over to my option flow. Oh shoot, what happened here? Okay, cool. There you go. So you can see, I'm going to show you Taquito. Well, how come it's not showing? Oh yeah, it should show, right? So you should be able to see my flow page here, Taquito. And I'm going to go to CRNX, right? And I'm going to the option flow, March 15, which is next. Well, it's a couple of weeks out. So, so you see this plus 511 here? That is the anticipated move for March 15. So there's a $5 move expected on CRNX for March 15, right? So the stock's trading at 45.10. It'd be a $5 move. So 55 for a 2 standard deviation. Puts. Oh man, the puts are expensive. And so are the calls. Oh, interesting. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to see. This guy Josh Answers when he trades, he talks a lot about the expected moves on a stock. Oh man, what happened here? Um, so so sometimes I'm able to tell by looking at the option flow, kind of what the what what the bias might be on a stock. So, but it was really hard to tell on CRNX because it has projections. It's so far out into the week. I thought I would show like next week's expirations, but it doesn't. And that usually will help me because it gives you that range, right? So that you can see if you're within that that deviation. So that's what I do every Sunday. I do a video like that, and I just go over the expected move for the week, and it kind of helps me, gives me a trading zone, a trading zone I can work off of. Let me put Tesla back up here. So I hope that helps, Taquito. I'm not sure if it helps you or not, but just something else, right? Like that's why I like watching other people trade, because sometimes they have resources or they have things that I wasn't aware of, and it can help me. Just like the strategy that I keep preaching about. I've learned it from Raider Trader, and I've been using it a lot. All right, guys, so we're seeing a little bit of a reversal on SPY here. That's pretty interesting to see here, right? So this little box here, we call this a wicking, kind of like a blow off top on this move that happened with SPY. So we are sitting on 505 puts for the SPY. There's 0 DTE, not a recommendation. You will lose money. But we might have hit the top of the move for today. And let's see how the rest of the day plays out with it. Now is RW, oh, that's Sean. I'm sorry, Tikino. What I think is the hot crypto trend will be, I think it will be RWA, real world assets. This is what I am invested in. Sean's a good resource, man. He guy knows people. You share some good stuff with us. All right, traders. So 826 here. We are watching the SPY. We've taken 2 trades on the SPY. We're on our 3rd trade on the SPY right now. We've taken puts as we were building this here earlier in the morning here. We've gotten burned on those puts. So we closed those out at a loss, and we shot up here, and we took the same put, 505 puts, but we took it up here. That's a lot cheaper than it was down here. And we're gonna see if we fade into the close here today, and try to recover those losses. There were real small losses in the SPY, so we really made our bag on Boeing today. So we took calls, Friday calls on Boeing way down here. So before this move happened, when we starting to see the build up on this candle, we jump into calls, which was 202.50 calls, and this thing shot up all the way to 207, which is what's the expected range for the week. If you want to know more about that, check out my video in the Tradecaster library, how I get that and how we review those every week. So yeah, it's kind of topped out exactly at that level. This green line was drawn out on Sunday night, and Boeing's move kind of topped out at that level. It might have a little bit more to go, but it's just it got rejected there at that level. So that is our banger for the day. I think we made let me see, do I still have a percentage? No, I took my percentage away, but I think we made about like 160% return on that move in like a matter of minutes, because this move was pretty big. It's starting to give it up a little bit now too. So it was like 230, 250 on that profits on that. And then we are also sitting on Apple puts for Friday expiration. I don't know if you guys were here yesterday or if you guys heard about it. So Apple revealed that it was going to discontinue its production of the Apple Car, or whatever stage they were at in doing the Apple Car. They've announced that they are going to put a halt on that, and they're going to shift over to AI. So when that announcement came out yesterday, we saw this candle on Apple, right? We're literally at the breaking point. If you guys don't know, Apple it's been riding this upward trend. Let me see if I can show it to you guys really quick. So Apple's been riding this upward trend here, right? This is like, I think from December of last year. Is that right? I think so. Anyway, like it's a couple years, about a couple months back, but it's been holding this upward trend here. You guys see this upward trend here? It's been holding it. And right yesterday, we're approaching it, and then right, we're like, okay, it's gonna break, and once it breaks, it's gonna flush, right? Like that was, I mean, this is not just me talking, guys. This is like everybody who's watching Apple is watching that trend line, and everybody's like, okay, this is it. It's about to happen. We're about to flush, and boom. the news comes out. Not doing Apple cards anymore. We're now doing AI, and the stock shoots up. So, is this a rigged game? Absolutely. How do you play a rigged game? Know the rules. That's all it is. So know that it's the rules. Just like right here with Boeing, right? Like I took my profits on Boeing already, even though my expiration is on Friday, but I already had made $250. Why do I want to hang on to that? Why do I want to hang on to that trade until Friday, especially with PCE tomorrow? So so sometimes you just gotta take your profits and come back another day. And okay, so meanwhile, the Apple calls, the Apple puts are not in the money anymore. They were at one point, but now we're gonna see if we can get this to flush tomorrow. And then we've re-entered SPY. Here's our last trade of the day, 505 puts. See if we can get a sell off at the end of the day. Those were like $15, so it was a small investment. Even though SPY already took like I think it took like $35 already today. All right, 8:30 on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. You can follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader. And this is The Spread. We are a live trading show, and we broadcast Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. We do some pre-market prep, get ready for the market, set our levels, and then we get ready for the market to open. So please subscribe to our show. Be part of our show. Join us a couple times a week. We appreciate your support. And also, please know that we do have a giveaway that we are doing. If you don't know, we have a giveaway where we are giving away a book. And the name of the book is The Best Loser Wins. This book is a book on trading psychology. It teaches you the challenges of a trader, why we get scared when we're supposed to be not scared, and why we are hopeful when we're not supposed to be hopeful. So, great book by Tom Hoggart. This book is available only in the United States because that's how Amazon ships. So there is a post on my Instagram at Shimano Trader that you can check out. There is a couple of rules to follow. If you abide by those rules, then we will be doing a live giveaway on March 15th. We will be on the air giving away this book. So please know, no shame that not a lot of people have participated. I've been promoting it for about a week and a half now. Nobody has really gone onto the post and done anything. So that means that for you, that is an opportunity to get to the top of that list and be part of that contest. So we hope that you join us and that you participate in that giveaway. All right, watching the SPY sell off here. So now we are looking really good on our SPY puts. We're quite a bit away from the money, but if this is any indication of the move has already happened this morning and we sell off into the close, we should be able to pick up some money on the SPY there. So we will see if 505 pays us. We're already in the money, meaning we're already making money on the SPY because we opened this 505 put way up here, right? It was really cheap. It was like $23, I think it was. So we have a real cheap put that we bought up here on the SPY, and we're making money on the way down right now. So hopefully this thing flushes, and we'll make some money on that. And then Apple, it's again, one if you guys join me frequently, you will know that this 5-day EMA line is one of my favorite indicators. Anything above it is bullish, anything below it is bearish. Full body candle closes is what we want to see when that happens. So another thing that I like to tell anyone who watches me is to look left, right? Look left, right? So what's happening at these levels, right? We have a lot of support here, but usually when you see reaction on a stock, first thing you want to do is look left. Like why is it doing what it's doing at that level, and then set that level. That level might help you on a future trade. I'm going to be doing a couple more giveaways this year. So this is just one of potentially 3. I want to give away 2 more books. One of them is called Market Wizards. And there's another one by the same author. So stay tuned. Check out the stream 3 times a week. Participate, ask questions, follow me, or don't. It's cool too. No big deal. And hopefully you guys can get to participate in some of those giveaways and hopefully, get educated. A lot of this trading game is being educated and and learning and watching other people trade. And I'm not just talking about myself, just in general. Seek out the information, seek out those traders, and see if you can learn. And there's a lot of free stuff too, so a lot of stuff you don't have to pay for. So it's just a matter of just taking the time to learn and execute. By that I mean, like, you got to have screen time and you have to place trades, even if it's a paper trade. If you trade on Ameritrade, which is going to be Charles Schwab now, but if you trade like on Thinkorswim has a demo feature or an on-demand feature, so you can literally paper trade the market live. Like, you can replay the day, so you can say, okay, market opens, but you can be trading in the middle of the night, but just paper trading, and you can, learn the ins and out of trading, learn how to execute a trade, learn how to deal with your emotions. But make no mistake, traders, it is the learning is in the actual doing, right? Theory can only go so far. You gotta get into the market and experience the fear and the hope that comes with being a day trader, or just a trader in general. I mean, we talk day trading, but we have multiple strategies here. We want to swing trade. I always encourage people to swing trade. Do not get caught up in the day trade fallacy. Any trader you talk to that is a day trader will tell you, at least the honest ones will tell you, that they are moving their profits into long-term portfolios, or they're moving their profits into other business ventures. They're buying buildings, they're buying Airbnbs, they're buying, cash flowing assets, and not, gambling that money every day. I mean, you can't. I just don't think it's realistic to be a day trader, a successful day trader, without a swing mentality, right? So Charlie Munger says the big money is in the patience, right? Look at Bitcoin. Gives you an example, right? If you would just bought your Bitcoin years ago, or whenever that was, and just leave it alone, don't touch it. Josh Answers from the Trading Fraternity likes to talk about, if you're going to buy things for your long-term portfolio, do not touch it for at least 10 years, or have the mentality that, I'm going to buy this stock and I'm not going to touch it for 10 years. I mean, that's got to be the attitude. And by doing that, we've been able to catch some really good moves like Redfin. I think there's a couple of other really beat up stocks that we've picked up. Disney, Target, just these stocks that are just getting ripped apart by the stock market. Well, we just identify those, take your profits from your day trading, move it over into a long-term account, pick up those shares, watch your wealth grow. I mean, it's incredible. I've seen so many portfolios of people who, just like me, just like you, that make the decision that they're going to have a long-term portfolio. They're going to focus on a basket of fries or beat up stocks, and they're just going to add it, right? They make a deposit into that account every month, a couple $100. If you have a job, save $100 a month, make that deposit into your brokerage account every month, and just build up that money, and then buy shares here, shares there, and just have that mentality. I'm not touching this portfolio for 10 years. I'm not going to touch these stocks for 10 years, because I can show you on these charts, man, stocks that you said were never going to fail, right? I mean, I think if you look at X, meaning not Twitter, but X for Steel, American Steel, I mean, if you look at what that company was once worth and what it's worth today, it'll blow you away, right? I guess one of the best lines that I've heard as of late is the rig game. Just know the rules. So understand that it's a rig game, and that there's people in the stock market that are a lot smarter than you and I that are out here taking our money, because you don't necessarily lose your money. You lose the money, but it just means somebody else got it, right? Whoever sold you that premium, whoever sold you that share, whatever, money is just exchanging hands in the market. And it is the smarter people that are exiting positions as the dumb people are entering positions, and that sort of thing. So that smart money, dumb money thing, it's a real thing. But I always preach education, learning, spending time watching people trade, listening to their videos, especially if you find a trader that you can resonate with, and, I've been trading for probably about 7 or 8 years, and probably the last 2-3 years have been my most active years, like actually, trading every day or watching the market every day. I don't have a job, thankfully. I own a business, and usually by 9 o'clock is kind of when I really kind of get my day going for my business. So, trading from 6 to 9 in the morning is ideal, and that's when I can do it. But there's sometimes that I get stuck here on my computer. Like I just get stuck. Like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to watch the market. And, that's good and bad, right? So just, I think what has really helped me, guys, and girls, or guys and gals, is the streaming, like rewatching the stream. So I tend to record maybe an hour, the last hour of the show, or a couple, I just might record just for 15 minutes if I'm in an exciting trade and that sort of thing. But by going back to watch myself, right, and go through the process of hearing myself talk, but watching me make trades, like I'm like watching myself, and then I can be a little bit more critical of the things that I may or may not be doing to to jeopardize myself, or to help myself. So when I have to upload this video into Tradecaster, or I have to upload it on Instagram, on YouTube and that sort of thing, I'm able to see myself, right, and watch myself trade, and then I can just be critical about myself. I was super emotional there. What the hell was I doing here? So, I mean, it might sound silly, but I was in sales for a couple of years, and they used to talk to us a lot about, practicing in front of the mirror, and or recording yourself and then hearing yourself. And so you can see your mannerisms, you can see your body language, you can hear your tone. I mean, all these things that probably sounds like cringe, like I don't want to see myself, I don't want to hear myself talk or whatever it is. But there's definitely an advantage and value in watching yourself trade and like kind of recapping your day. Everybody talks about keeping logs and things like that. Like there's some real value to that. And I think sometimes we just dismiss it as like, I don't want to have to do that, or I don't want to do that. But I think, those are some of the things that I've implemented over the years that has really helped me, is keeping a trading log, at least keeping an eye on my P&L for the day, keeping an eye on the P&L for the week, for the month, having an understanding about what I average on my losing trades and how many losing trades I place in a month versus winning trades, what the average is of those trades. And it teaches you a lot about yourself and about your trading. So I think you're doing a disservice to yourself if you're not going back and just kind of spending the time kind of recapping your day, watching yourself if you can, or keeping a trading journal. All these things that these people talk about that we go, yeah, not me though, I'm good. It's probably one of the reasons why we're not better traders. So I encourage you to stay curious and to continue to educate yourself. And on that note, if you guys know, I'm doing a giveaway, right? So I'm giving a book giveaway. I've talked about it already a couple times here. I try to do it maybe 2-3 times throughout my stream and remind you guys that I am giving a giveaway. I am giving away a book. And you can go to @ShimanoTrader on Instagram and look for a post that has the book. The book is called The Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogarth. And that book teaches you a lot about a little bit of kind of what I'm talking about, just kind of the, that we're not wired to be good traders. When we're hopeful, we're fearful when we're supposed to be hopeful, and hopeful when we're supposed to be fearful. I sound like a broken record, but that resonates with me so much. And I'll give you an example here in Boeing, right? So we took 202 calls for Boeing, and it has a Friday expiration, but we took the play today, made $200 on it. And what do you think happened, right? Like, we got out of this position. We're out of it already. But look, if I would have just hung out and been a little bit more patient, we're probably going to get a second move to the upside. Maybe. I don't know. But my point is that I was fearful when I was in this trade. As soon as this trade started going my way, I started getting scared. I'm like, damn, I'm up $100. I'm up $200. And I start getting scared. Like, I don't want to lose this money. I don't want to lose money. So what do? Say it with me. What do? We cut our winners short, right? We cut our winners short. So could have still been in this trade. I got out when it was like around 205, 205.50. It's at 206.89. The premium is popping. I got out. Why? Because I'm scared. I'm so scared that that this thing's gonna reverse and it's gonna take my profits, right? So guess what I did? I took my profits. I'm out of it now, right? But because I'm scared. Now, if this trade was going against me, what do you think I'd be doing? I'd be hopeful. I'd be like, oh, I hope it comes back. Oh, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. I know it's going to come back, right? Like, this is the mind game, right? Oh, it's going to come back while it's losing money. It's losing money. You're like, oh, it's going to come back. Watch it come back. Watch it come back. And maybe in the past, you've had 1 or 2 trades or a handful of trades that did happen. It's happened to me on SPY that, like right now, I'm short on SPY and with the hope, right? That the hope that it's going to reverse, right? So that's why we hang on to our losers so much longer than we do our winners, because we are hopeful when we're supposed to be fearful. When we're losing money, we've got to be the best loser. That's why the book is called The Best Loser Wins, because I'm losing money, I'm out. And you just get out. You just don't think about it. Don't fight yourself over it. Don't try to convince yourself. Don't find reasons to stay in this trade. All these things that we go through as traders. Well, that book is trying to teach you that, right? Be a good loser, right? I'm losing money, I'm getting out. I'm done with the stock. I'm going to look for another play. So it talks a lot about how we're wired to not be good traders, right? And how all our brain is trying to do is trying to prevent us from getting hurt. That's what our brain is trying to do, right? Because as soon as you close out that losing trade, now the real feeling of loss really hits you, right? Once you hit sold and you're down $300 and you're like, damn, I lost $300, right? That's what you say to yourself. And what your brain is trying to do is trying to avoid you from hitting that realization that you've taken a loss. So what do? Well, you stay hopeful. So you feel better about the trade because you're staying hopeful rather than accepting the fact that you've lost money and you're in a losing trade and you need to get out or you're going to keep losing that money. And I don't know how many times you guys have been in that position, but I can tell you about dozens and dozens of times when I've watched my money just disappear and I feel like helpless. I feel like I can't hit the close button. So yeah, man, that's my philosophy for today. If you feel me, shoot up a little heart, little thumbs up on the trade. If you feel that, if you experience that sort of feeling when you're doing trades, and because that is the real struggle as a trader. That is the real struggle right there. Yeah, exactly, Taquito. What Taquito's saying is the truth, right? We don't want to know that we're wrong. We don't want to accept that we are wrong, and that's why trading is so emotional, right? It's so emotional. Yeah, exactly. So because we're emotionally attached to the trade, we end up sometimes getting the poor results that we get because we don't want to admit we're wrong. So the book teaches you how to deal with that. So I hope that you make an effort to participate in that giveaway. We will be doing a live giveaway March 15 here on air. And if there's not a lot of people that are taking me up on the offer, so if you want to be one of the first ones, then your chances of winning that are really, really high right now because we don't have a lot of participants, and that's fine. That's okay. No big deal. It's perfectly fine with me. I am going to trade and I am going to stream regardless, and I will be here those 3 times a week doing what I love to do, which is to trade for a couple hours a day, and I hope you will join me. All right. Hump day, hump day, hump day, yeah. All right, continuing to watch Apple here, just trade sideways. We are sitting on puts. We're like $1.34 away from being in the money on that. Seems a little tough. We continue to hold our SPY puts. This is our little, like our little warning zone. It wicked up here. And then we have our pre-market, our previous day high here. This is previous day high. So if you join me in the morning when we set up our levels, we like to chart our previous day high, which is this green bar here, and then our previous day low, which is the red bar in the bottom, and then we chart our pre-market highs and lows as well. So So what we do is our green line here is our pre-market high, and then there's a red line here. There is, right? Yeah, there's a red line here. It's just hiding behind the yellow line. That is our pre-market low, and that is our market setup. So we want to set up our pre-market highs, pre-market lows, previous day highs, previous day lows, and then try to see how price reacts in those zones. And that helps me trade the SPY. And I've also been sharing a lot about, I don't know if you guys are been here before or whatever, but I also have a video on the TradeCaster library where we set the anticipated move. So if you look here at Tesla, you see this green line, right? If you'll see it at the bottom and you'll see it at the top. So every Sunday night we look at the option flow and the expected move of that trade for the week, and then we set those charts. So we'll do 2 things on Sunday. We'll review the previous week's price action inside that range, and then we'll chart new new expected ranges for the week on those stocks as well. So that's what we do, and what that does is shout outs to Raider Trader. That strategy, what it teaches you is it teaches you to focus on what the expected range is going to be for the week, instead of trying to look for levels that perhaps are not even in the anticipated move. As you guys know, none of that stuff is 100% foolproof, and nothing is. So, but it's just something else to add to your trading strategy that may or may not help you in your trading journey. All right, it's like lunchtime, or it's almost lunchtime in the East Coast. So we usually get a little bit of a slow in volume here. See the spike here. This was the only time it really spiked in volume here on this spike here, and then volume has resumed to trend lower. I think this entire week, just watching other people trade this week, there's been a lot of talk about volume, just the lack of volume in the market. It could very well be because of PCE to tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, so tomorrow PCE comes out. So you guys trade carefully. Make sure you're positioned correctly going into tomorrow's data dump. And trade safe. Be careful. Be careful out there. There's people trying to take our money. All right, the S&P 500 is 5,076. Key level on the S&P is 5065. So anything above 5065, we're pretty bullish. But anything sub 5065 might be a little bit of a pullback in the market. So keep an eye on that. The VIX is really low as well. It had spiked earlier, I think last week. But just looking around the market, SPY kind of holding right now in this box here. Tesla's kind of a little bit of a pullback. Apple's really not done much this morning, and I mean it kind of sold off at open, and it's just been trading sideways. Maybe a little baby bear flag there, little immature bear flag forming on Apple. That's an interesting observation, especially going into PCE tomorrow. So we'll see how that is. Still, staying below the 5-day EMA line. SPY, we already talked about. Tesla, we talked about. Boeing was our big winner today. It's kind of seeing what it's going to do at that level. Yeah, and then other than that, we'll see how the rest of the day goes out, and see if SPY's topped out here, if it's going to continue to work its way to the bottom. Look what it did yesterday, right? It kind of sold off all morning, and then it just, remember our pre-market low, this red bar kind of hit this level, which was at 504.73, and had a huge move up, and it came right back down. Look, and it revisited the same zone, and now it's back up. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how the rest of the day goes here. There's a lot of day left in the trading day today. I'm gonna put it out there though. I think that the market sells off into the close. I specifically SPY. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm short, huh? Yeah, look at Apple here, man. Definitely. If you look at Apple, I've been looking at Apple for a while, and just look how it reacts to this. It's how it acts to this 200-day. Once it broke the 200-day moving average, this is an hourly chart, by the way. And then earnings, rejected, rejected, right? So, yeah, it has a little bit of a bearish bias to it for sure. But I don't know what's going to make it move. I mean, look at yesterday. Even though that announcement came out yesterday, it's kind of giving it all back. Apple's giving it all back. All right, traders, we got about 5 more minutes before I go off air. You guys let me know if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns. Feel free to let me know. Otherwise, no big deal. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. Please make sure you guys check out other traders on the platform here on Tradecaster. There's some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful traders on here. Make sure that you guys are, giving them a little bit of time as well. And we'll be back here again on Friday to watch our Don't Lose Your Gains Friday segment. So make sure you're here for that so we can kind of see how the week ended, do a quick recap of the week, and then make sure you guys check out those videos, check out the Instagram, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the show, and, come hang out with us a couple times a week just for a couple hours. We appreciate you guys being here with me and watching me rant or hearing me rant. Well, watching me too, right? Because you're watching me too, so. $50.75 on the S&P. ARK's pumping. ARK's been doing well. We're sitting on speaking to Toquito earlier today, we're sitting on ARK calls, $70 strike price for April. So there's an April strike price on that. We'll see if that hits. All right, traders. It is about that time for me. I got to get out the door. Just want to thank everybody again for joining us today on the stream. It's been my pleasure to share a little bit of my thoughts and a little bit of my trading, experience with you guys. But above all else, make sure you guys subscribe to the stream here. Nice hanging out with you guys today. I appreciate you guys' time. We'll be back here again on Friday. Same time, same channel. Make sure you guys come and hang out with us then. SPY starting to make a move to the upside. We'll see what happens. I still say we sell off, but we shall see. Other than that, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Appreciate your time. And come back on Friday. We'll do it all over again. Thanks so much, man. Peace.
Hump day!